right, welcome to Foo Sports, people. This is the real Foo Sports. It's on Foo Sports on the real Foo TV. I'm being joined by Bob, as always.
Hello, hello.
All right, hopefully you guys can hear us. I changed up some of the mic settings. Give me a minute. I know I'm always bringing that up, right?
I feel like it wouldn't really be an episode of the real FUTV if you didn't talk about the mics.
All right. Exactly. I always got to talk about the microphones. Just getting the stuff started up over here, people.
I would like to also commend you for being on time and also not streaming at midnight. Well done.
Yes. All right. All right, so we're going to be getting into this. I mean, it is a rainy day, people, a rainy day in British boxing. Anthony Joshua has been defeated by Dubois. Ducheat himself, people. AJ was knocked out. All right, give me a moment. Sorry about this. Got to do a bunch of different checks over here. Hopefully, microphone is good. All right, I think it's good. All right. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, people. All right, so we're coming off of the AJ versus Dubois fight. A lot of people were shocked by this. I was actually sort of shocked, but I mean, it is heavyweight boxing, people, as they say. The thing that's really weird when it comes to AJ is how people are just so hard on him. Anytime he takes a loss, they're always telling him to just retire every time. So I asked the question. I mean, are the standards just too high for boxing? You know, for most boxers, you know, when these guys are built up, it's like they're the image of perfection. And maybe that's what it is. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, I think that in this increasingly chronically online and interconnected world, people who attain any level of success and notoriety, they instantaneously must be perfect in all ways all the time.
Yeah, they reach like God status.
Yeah, it's like the apotheosis of man. And it's, I think it's good to have standards for people who are in positions of power and who have attained a level of influence, but we also have to recognize that they are in fact just people. Yes. And they're going to make mistakes. And I don't even necessarily know that losing in a competitive sport is a mistake. I think that that's just a natural part of the process.
Yes, I mean it's part of boxing. People lose, and I think a lot of this comes from the that false narrative that Floyd Mayweather brought to boxing in order to protect the fact that he was ducking fights. And so what Floyd did is that he made the standard undefeated. And he did this by any means because since he was cherry picking, he made that the standard. And so AJ and these heavyweight fighters have to follow the standard as well, which is insane because it's always been known throughout boxing history that the heavyweight division is one of the hardest divisions to just go undefeated. I mean, it only takes one punch as a heavyweight to just go out. And I mean, these guys could just break your face with a jab. These guys punch very, very hard. And AJ, this is what happened to AJ. AJ took a shot very early in that fight. It was at the end of the first round. He ate I forget what it was. It was an overhand. I think it was a right overhand. I could be wrong. But he ate a overhand, and he was rocked. He was finished. A lot of people were building this as a Marvin Hagler fight. I think they said Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, something like that. This is the things they were hyping it up as. It really ended up being a lot like the Andy Ruiz fight. Andy Ruiz versus AJ. You know, shit happens in boxing. People get clipped. It happens. It's happened to some of the best boxers around. And throughout this broadcast, we're going to be looking at the reactions after the fight, the future of Anthony Joshua. And we'll look at some of the reactions in the boxing world when the fighters and his promoter. All right, people. So here we go. All right, Bob. Did you watch the fight?
I did not.
No, Bob didn't get to see it. It wasn't a very long fight. Basically, what happened, Bob, is AJ just got clipped very early in the fight. He took a shot right on the chin. AJ's just not fighting intelligently, really. He just thought I think he underrated this guy, and from AJ's own mouth he said that he underrated him. He didn't think this was going to happen. He said it after the fight. But that's not really much of an excuse. I mean, what's done is done. That's just it. But what I don't understand is the reaction from the boxing world continuously saying that he should just retire just because he got a loss. Yes, and also, he lost more than once. And I say to that, so what? So what? Like Bob said, it's part of the sport. Someone's got to lose, people. and someone's got. At least AJ came to bring the fight, right? He did bring the fight. He even though he fought stupid, he did come to bring the fight. He really did.
Well, I think that the fight stupid is kind of the other side of the coin, right? We've got fighters who feel like they cannot lose. And then also fighters who feel like in order to gain any attention from the media, they have to come out and do this like gangbusters, backflips off the octagon style maneuvers. Like, I feel like we're not actually seeing boxers or any fighters, honestly, come out and really put their best game plan to practice. It's all the showboating. It's the WWE tactics. And I think that that is part of that chronically online culture where they want to be memed. They want to be a GIF. They want to be, a 30-second clip in a reel that goes viral. And I think that a lot of fighters and their promotional companies are focusing more on the marketability of it all than they are on the skill.
I mean, it's great to have a great highlight reel knockout, but AJ, he was gonna get that highlight reel knockout. He just messed up. He threw a. We're gonna go over that. We're gonna look at those highlights later. Sorry. I'm ahead of myself here. All right, so we're gonna look at some of the stuff that was said after the fight. Over here, Anthony Joshua won't retire after KO lost to Daniel Dubois. I want to continue fighting. All right, Bob, you want to read some of this?
Sure, but
okay, I'm zooming it in for Bob. Give me 1 second, people. Can you see that, Bob?
I can.
Okay.
Anthony Joshua won't hang up the gloves. British boxing star quickly shut down retirement speculations following his latest defeat in the ring. Joshua was knocked out by Daniel Dubois in their heavyweight championship fight for the IBF title this past Saturday at Wembley Stadium in London. The 34-year-old Joshua intends to continue fighting and get back in his winning ways. You're probably asking, do I still want to continue fighting? Joshua said in the post-fight press conference. Of course I want to continue fighting. We took a shot at success and we came up short. What does that mean now? Are we going to run away? We're going to live to fight another day, and that's what I am, a warrior. Also, before I finish, we have to give credit to Daniel. When I sign up to fight opponents, I don't really like them in my head anymore. But now that it's done, I take my hat off to him and say well done to him and his team. I also want to thank my team for the way they prepared me. There were a few mistakes in there, but that's the name of the game. Fine margins can cost you at the top level. All in all, Joshua was in good spirits after the defeat, which was his fourth in his entire professional career. Prior to Saturday, Joshua had only lost to Andy Ruiz Jr. and twice to Alexander Usyk.
Yes, I mean the guy is very underrated. I mean, he lost to one of the greatest heavyweights of our time, Alexander Usyk, right? And Andy Ruiz, and he avenged the loss. I didn't really think he won the fight versus Andy in the rematch, but maybe I don't know. It looked like he won, but I feel like he didn't bring the action where Andy came to bring the action. He was landing the cleaner, harder punches. But AJ boxed him. And so he did what he needed to do in order to win that fight on the judges' scorecards. So AJ really, he's only lost to 3 people in his whole career. And these are people, Dubois, even though he is very Matt Damon and he is do cheat.
Because in the past,
he's a do cheat. I'll show you this right now. One of the reasons I talk trash about Dubois, if anybody's noticed on this channel, is because Dubois likes to cheat. And I'm not a person who's really into cheaters. I don't like people that cheat the fans and cheat the sport. I don't like it. I don't want to see Dubois' fight. The fight he won before the AJ fight he won the fight on headbutts, people. He won on illegal blows. But he does get credit for this fight. He came in for the most part. He fought a fair fight, and he made Joshua pay for his mistakes. But just because Joshua lost his fight and he fought like an idiot, he really did fight like an idiot. I'll show you this. Wait, I have a clip here.
You're an idiot. An energetic idiot. But an idiot. You're an idiot.
Yes, he was an energetic idiot, people.
That's such a good episode.
Yes, that's the Twilight Zone, people. I captured that yesterday for this episode, bro. You see, I work hard on this. Just saying. Just because, he lost his fight and he came in with the wrong game plan doesn't mean that he's not going to come in the next fight and beat the shit out of Dubois. But what I don't understand, once again, is how people just keep throwing this guy under the bus. People, he brought the action, right? He may have fucked up, but he brought the action. And he's fighting regardless if people like Dubois or not, Dubois is a top heavyweight. He's a top heavyweight in the world. He's up there in the division. Even though he quit, he didn't do quit in this fight, people. He didn't do quit. He did do a little do cheat, but he didn't do a lot of do cheat. All right, let's listen to this guy. He's gonna. We need to listen to a guy who's gonna explain this do cheating to us, right?
Lapse in concentration, and I'm aiming for the body, but I've just aimed too low. Lapse in concentration, and I'm aiming for the body, but I've just aimed too low.
All right, there's a bullshit artist, people. Let's listen to this bullshit artist.
Lapse in
No, this clip.
Because in the past, a couple of fights involving Daniel Dubois have been a bit controversial. The Usyk fight and the low blow. Now, I don't think it's deliberate. I just think it's a case of Daniel occasionally loses concentration, but he can't afford to do that in this fight. So let's have a look at a couple of examples of him losing concentration. So against Gerald Miller, look at that for a shot there. That's a low shot, and there's another one coming up there again.
He nearly gets him on the knee.
Is this now what they call illegal blows? A loss in concentration? Yeah, is that like the funniest way to describe cheating your ass off?
I need this guy to like narrate
He is
all
such a-
of my bad life decisions and be
People-
like, it was just a loss of concentration.
loss of
So
concentration.
I'm gonna go, if I get pulled over, I'm gonna be like, it was just a loss in concentration, officer.
So if you get a DWI, just say no, officer. It was just a loss in concentration. That's all it was, bro. It was just a fucking loss in concentration. Can you leave me the hell alone? All right, so let's look at some of these loss in concentration. All right, do cheat. He likes to do cheat. We're just gonna throw a little mud on his name for a second. I mean, he's the one that put it there, people. We're just pointing it out.
We have Josh in the comments saying, and his entire career is manufactured. Are you talking about Dubois?
Dubois, yes, Dubois. Do cheat. Okay, but let's watch do cheat. All right.
Like I say, Fletch, it's a lapse in concentration, and you just throw in a say, Fletch. There again.
He nearly gets him on.
So against Gerald Miller, look at that for a shot there. That's a low shot, and there's another one coming up there again.
He nearly gets.
So
This dude's landing low blows mixed with left hooks to the head. He's mixing up his fucking low blows. I'm surprised he didn't throw a headbutt in there. Low blow, headbutt.
We just need Louis Marco in here saying ball shot bonanza.
examples of him losing concentration.
He's losing concentration. This is the third fucking round. How has he lost concentration already? You guys notice this? Look, I gotta get my drawing pad. I gotta show you this shit.
Maybe he, like everybody else these days,
All right,
is
people, look. This is the fucking third round. It's not even the end of the third round. Look, and he's already lost. Bob, that's pretty early in the fight to lose concentration. Huh?
Wait a minute, maybe he has ADD. Is this? Are you hate criming him right now?
No, I'm not. Let's see this punch. Let's see this shit. Watch, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to draw this. Okay, here comes down low. Boom! Right to the dick. He came in, he scooped it right to the dick. Right here. Right in his baby diaper. Doesn't he look like he's wearing a fucking... They call him Big Baby, I think, right?
It does. It
He
does
looks like
he's
he
wearing
might
a
as well...
diaper.
He should just wear a diaper into the ring, right?
Is he wearing a diaper?
He really sell the whole baby gimmick, right?
So against Gerald Miller, look at that for a shot there. That's a low shot, and there's another one coming.
Here comes another one. That the dude is literally looking at his dick before he throws his punch. Do a cheat with the do hook to the do dick. To the dick. He's like, oh, that's borderline. That's borderline, isn't it, Bob? That's
It was a
borderline?
lapse in concentration.
Yeah, that's a lapse in concentration. The ref's like, look at this ref over here. He's like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is he even looking? He's like, what, looking over here? Maybe he sees Kendrick Lamar over there, right? I mean Crawford. Maybe Crawford's over there. Oh my lord. This dude isn't even looking. What is he looking at? Bob, do you see this ref? What is he looking at?
He's looking at all of his lapses in concentration. He's thinking about what he's having for dinner. He's thinking about that nice paycheck he's getting in addition to his paycheck to allow Ducheat to do the ball shot bonanza.
Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous. All right, people. We're going to finish watching this video. Do cheat. We have to just show you he do cheats.
There again.
He nearly gets him on the knee.
He's mixing it up. Left hook to the balls, left hook to the head.
Like I say, Fletch, it's a lapse in concentration, and you just throw in a low shot.
It's a lapse in concentration. You just throw in a low shot.
Are you absolutely convinced?
Yes, I don't
Right?
think it's a deliberate shot.
The first one was so low.
Fletch, from my own experience.
All right, so there's an apologist there just lying his ass off. We're not going to go into the Usyk. I have a clip. I have a clip of the Usyk fight if you guys want to watch. I just want to go over how cheap this guy can be. This is one of the main reasons I don't like him. I do respect the fact that he came in there balls to the wall, like I've been saying that these fighters should do. If you're gonna come in there and the other fighter, obviously AJ, I think, is way more skilled than Dubois. He also has more attributes, like he has more speed, he has a longer reach, or his autonomy is, he had longer limbs. People, he's got a pretty nice straight right hand. He had everything to beat Dubois, and he did everything wrong in this fight. So, but I mean, we're not gonna try to cut down his win versus AJ. It was a great win. He came in there, balls to the wall, the way that Berlanga should have came in, the way that all contenders should come in versus the guy they're supposedly lose to, right? All right, we're just gonna mess around just a little. We're gonna show the Usyk clip here.
Well, let's have a look at this.
Here it is. That's just
See, I think
what is that?
one
What do
is
you call that,
totally
Bob?
different
Lapse
to
in
the two
concentration.
That's a lapse in concentration, right?
Let's have a look at this.
Here, Dubois. There comes. Wait. Here, Dubois comes in. Lapse in concentration. He's coming. People. He didn't want to throw this low. I'm telling you. This guy is very, very honest. Look. He bends down low. Look, where's this hook? It's gonna go up here, right? That's where it's gonna go. Bob, does that make sense?
The math ain't mathin', y'all.
Yeah, that he's just trying to land. He's just a good little, he's coming back from Sunday school, just trying to land his punches in his boxing fight. And a lot of people actually said this wasn't low, Bob.
Are they stupid?
Look, he's bent down super low. Look where his punch. You think the guy was trying to land this shit legal? Of course he wasn't. Look where his fist is.
Look where his shoulder is.
Look. Yeah,
His
exactly.
shoulder is almost below the belt
He's
line.
doing cheat. And I know I've kind of harped on this. I made a video about it a long time ago because there was a big debate about it. But, this hit him in the dick, people, just so you know. This was intentional. He hit Usyk in the dick a lot in this fight. This was not the only dick punch he threw. He's known for cheating, people. He's do cheat. Like I said, the fight he had before the fight right before, what was it? Before the AJ fight, he won on headbutts. He won on illegal headbutts. He cut the guy up with headbutts. And they gave it to him. All right, so here you go, people. Here's his damn knuckles. Here you go, people. Those are knuckles. That's the point of contact, and it's going to hit him right in his groin. Boom, and he drives it up. You see the shorts. You get it, people. You get it. You effing get it. You get it? Do you effing get it? Bob, do you
I
think
would
they
hope
get it?
so. If they
Lapse in
don't, they're
concentration.
stupid.
Lapse in concentration. And I'm aiming for the body, but I've just aimed too low.
I love that the guy in the suit looking at him making that fucking flaming pile of nonsense is just standing there in almost wide-eyed disbelief. Like, what are you saying,
guy?
bruh?
Oh, yeah. That is
He's
funny.
just standing there looking at him like, what is this? This is what you came up with? This is what we're going with? This is the official story?
What's funny is I saw this guy, I saw a video yesterday of some interviewer, and he's interviewing this guy named Orlando Green or something, some like ex-child star, right? And this guy sounds like this Orlando guy sounds completely out of his fucking mind. And this interviewer is pretending like he doesn't notice how crazy this guy is. I might show a little bit of that later in the stream. Maybe I'll show a little now because I'll forget about it. You want to watch a little? I know it's not exactly going what we're talking about here. Bob, would you like to see it?
Are we going on a side quest?
We're gonna go on a small side quest. I have to go into my history.
I feel
on
like
YouTube.
that dude in the suit was our version of the like glowing mystery cat in one of those RPG games that sends you on a side quest to go, I don't know, find the magic mushrooms.
I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that.
What? How are you less chronically online than I am?
All right.
Someone in the comments, please tell me you know the meme that I'm referring to.
I'm going to show you guys this interview. I saw this interview by accident yesterday, and I was like, how does this guy not understand that this man is totally fucking insane?
I mean, first of all, look at him.
Let's just see this. I know this has nothing.
First of all, look at him. Second of all, look at him.
This has absolutely nothing to do with AJ. Nothing.
Third of all, look at him.
He looks like Dennis Rodman mixed with Pauly Shore.
Capable enough to say that God blessed me when I know that ain't by God. I ain't going into no room to do nothing in the dark and ain't gonna come out telling the world that God blessed me. That's a lie.
He is
It's
off
a lie. I
his
don't care what
tits.
door you go into. I don't care what.
I'd say, Bob.
He is off his tits.
Yes, he looks
Off
like I
his
said,
rocker,
look at
off
the way
his
this
tits.
guy's.
off
see
of
the way?
everything.
You see the way this guy's looking at him? He's like, damn, this nigga crazy, bro. Why am I doing this interview? That's what he's thinking, right?
That guy in the like, what would that be? A dusty
It
blue
ain't making no-
t-shirt is
Yeah.
essentially the melanated version of the guy in the suit.
Watch this. Just listen to this guy. And this interviewer tries not to acknowledge any of the crazy shit this guy says.
Sense to me.
And he comes back with a deep question like, hey, bro. Like, he's very respectful. He's pretending like he doesn't notice that this guy is completely out of his mind.
And in the name of all of our Father, why would you make it make sense? How can you make it make sense? Well, the money. If you think you could just have money and walk around our world and think that you could just splurge money and take our wives and dilly and dally about it with our children and that's just cool with you. You want to just roll around and, you know, your nice $3 million cars and you live in your $20 million houses and with one bit of an eye, when I blink and I say your name and I owe your soul, it's all gone.
Who is this?
His name is Orlando.
I'm having to look this up. Hold on.
All right, give me 1 second. He says actual crazy stuff. Watch.
It makes no sense.
I like look at this guy's face. He's like trying to think about the shit he just said. He's like, what?
Or couch when I know the people behind the masks.
Have you ever been to these house parties? Like,
Not the big ones. I'm not invited to the big ones. They know. I'm not invited to the big ones.
But you've been to some.
I've thrown some.
You've thrown some.
But I just haven't. I didn't have cameras in place and shit like that. Diddy had cameras in place and shit like that.
Diddy is being faced with a lot of allegations.
So
A lot of things
And?
have been said, and
they did
are
it on
being
his
said.
bed.
What
It's
are
a
some of your thoughts
50-foot
on that?
bed.
Because you've spoken about it before.
It's a 50-foot bed under the.
All right, we're gonna go back a little bit, people. I got to get you to the crazy stuff.
Like, you know what I mean? Because what about the kid
He's
who's,
apparently
like,
a rapper
you know,
and an
trying to be a
actor.
star?
He's what?
He's a rapper and an actor, and he was on shows like That's So Raven,
Yeah.
and he was in the Family Matters show.
Was he? Wow.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
he played a guy called 3J.
All right, I need to get a little further. We need to get back to AJ. I just got to show you how funny this was. I saw this by accident last night, and I was like, this guy is really pretending that this motherfucker isn't crazy.
Fan base.
He may say some things that are real and honest, but he also says a lot of crazy stuff on the side.
Be something to see.
Yeah, well, my fan
That'll
base
be
is waiting
something
to
to
see
see.
something solid. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of people trying to take me down or whatever the case may be, however they may feel, I want to work with them, man, because I've been here before them.
Yeah.
I gotta act right and I gotta show right, regardless of what they trying to do or what the plan may be. I gotta do right.
This dude said he wants to be in the next Back to the Future movie. Who's it gonna be? Marty McFly?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
Martin.
feel like he's serving. This is his best impromptu Doc Brown performance.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
This is an
Doc
audition.
A
Brown.
lot of people watching me, bro. You did?
You know, I only know from what I've seen on the internet, but Charleston White, you know what I'm saying? He says some true things, and then there's things that's like, wow, like, how can you say those things? For you, because both of you are like in your element, and this isn't a comparison, this is just the mindset of people who think on different levels. And
When you bring certain shit up,
Yeah, different levels, completely fucking out of his mind, with sprinkled in truth.
it means that's what the element is. When you say certain shit, that's like when I do certain interviews and they keep bringing up the R word. Blood, I'm way beyond that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my main thing is, I'm like, that's what the people be watching. My reaction to the same questions over and over about the same thing. I'm not finna sit here and talk about this man for 30 minutes.
come on. You do a lot of jogging.
Mhm.
I mean, that's something that you know, you've been heavy in. What got you into like jogging more?
Because, man, before I did the,
This dude is asking about. He says he does a lot of jogging. What kind of fucking interview is this? And who is this fucking guy? Does anybody even care who this dude is?
And why do I care about his
You know what?
exercise
I can't get to
regime?
the good parts. Well, basically, he says that he's in contact with Sammy Davis Jr. and all these like dead celebrities.
atmosphere, sir.
Oh, that's good.
It's the atmosphere, sir. You know, if I choose to work at McDonald's, I can't say I don't want to flip no more burgers, my nigga.
Nah, that's hey, come on.
If I choose to play soccer, I can't say my foot hurt and I don't want to kick no more balls. That's what I chose.
All right, this is very profound. I'm sorry for showing you this, people. Maybe we'll get back to it later.
I mean, if you actually think about the subtext of what he's saying, not that he's profound, but he's basically saying, like, I knew what I was signing up for,
Yes,
and I signed up for it.
He did. I was trying to get to the funny stuff. That wasn't the funny stuff, so I totally fucked that up. All right, so we're going to get back to Anthony Joshua now.
How dare you?
All right, we got some more negativity. Well, this is about Dubois, okay? All right, Bob, can you read this?
I don't know. Can I? Do I have the ability?
There you go.
Daniel Dubois would love a rematch with either Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk, depending on which boxer pays me the most. Well, that's charming. Dubois retained his IBF World Heavyweight title with a brutal fifth-round knockout of British rival Joshua at Wembley on Saturday, flooring the two-time former world champion 4 times in total. Joshua has insisted his own boxing career is far from finished, with a potential rematch against Dubois, as well as another all-British clash with Tyson Fury possible options for future bouts. Dubois' promoter, Frank Warren, meanwhile, has said, while there is no specific clause in his fighter's contract for a swift rematch with Joshua, they could meet again if the right deal was agreed. Usyk is set to face Fury in their own rematch on December 21st for the WBA, WBO, and WBC belts. Dubois was beaten by Usyk in August 23, but not before the Ukrainian was sent to the canvas by Dubois in the 5th round, only for the punch to be ruled a low blow and the champion given additional time to recover. The 27-year-old Londoner said finance would determine the identity of his next opponent. I would love a rematch, but either one really, whoever pays me the most, Dubois told TalkSport Radio on Tuesday. Speaking about the possibility of facing Joshua again, Dubois said, if that happens next, then yeah, I want to go for it. I want to do it even better next time. I know where I need to improve as well, so as a champion and as a fighter, I just want to prove people wrong every time, and that is what we have been doing. I think it would be a lot better than that last fight. It was a great show, a Rocky-type fight, but next time I believe I will be more clinical, more sharp, everything better.
Yes, I think he might be better, but I think AJ is going to be about 10 times better in that rematch. I don't think he's going to take this guy lightly. He fought very poorly in this fight. He had his hands down throughout the entire fight. We'll go into that when we show the replays, when we go show the highlights. Yeah, they're kind of dishonest in there how they talked about the Usyk fight, and they're like he was given 5 minutes. Like they're just very dishonest, these media people. Like he got hit low, people. He got hit low. All right. And I don't even want to see Dubois fight Usyk, because if you guys really watch that fight, this guy Dubois was hitting Usyk with low blow after low blow after low blow after low blow. And then what happened? Usyk got hit with the atomic low blow, and they tried to rob him. So what do you think's going to happen if he rematches this fucking guy? If Usyk rematches this guy, they're going to let this guy punch Usyk low, and he'll get a win on a low blow. I bet you. Because this guy's going to come in there with his Matt Damon strength, and he's going to punch Usyk's nuts off. That's what he's going to do.
We've got King Arthur Boxing in the comments saying,
yes.
Joshua was always good, but never great. The first big puncher AJ fought since Vlad knocked him out.
I mean, since Vlad. I mean, Vlad was a huge puncher, but AJ stood up to all that. Dubois ain't on AJ's level. Not the way I see it. I think AJ came in, they fought a very stupid fight. It was very similar to the Andy Ruiz fight, but like I said in my other video, unlike Andy Ruiz, yes, this guy has punching power. AJ's fought lots of guys with punching power. The difference between this guy and Andy Ruiz is that Andy Ruiz is not like an ability that is actually dangerous to AJ, that will always be dangerous to AJ, and that's hand speed. Andy Ruiz has extremely fast hands. Dubois doesn't have super fast hands. All he has is a puncher's chance. He's got a decent level of boxing skill, but I don't think he's really on AJ's level. When AJ really is on his A game and fights correctly, I don't think Dubois could beat him. And I'd like to see a rematch. But this video's about why is there such a negative response to this? Why is it so negative when this guy takes a loss? And we've gone over it slightly. It's the post Mayweather world we live in, where they applied this stupid idea of having unblemished records to all the boxers, right? All these athletes. And it's not right, people. People lose in the sport. Just because he lost doesn't mean he's a piece of trash and he sucks. You know, he did fuck up. He didn't fight correctly. He came in there and he fought like an amateur. And that goes to the whole idea that he took this guy lightly. And AJ even said it after the fight, that he said I didn't take him seriously. Like, basically he came in there and he thought he was just going to blow him out. And that's not how you treat a pro level fighter, people. A guy who's actually there to win. And that's what Dubois was there for. And you have to respect that. He came to win. All right. So look at this. This is heavyweight rankings. I found this is I don't know if it's legitimate, but these are heavyweight my brain is broken. Heavyweight rankings. That's what
they
this
could be
is.
heavyweight rankings
Heavyweight rankings. Wait, what am I having? A mini stroke? What the fuck? All right.
too. You know that wanking means masturbation in British
The
slang.
Brits will be like, what the fuck? All right, so look at this. Look where they have AJ. They have AJ is down here at number 6. You got Zhang above AJ. Zhang's a good fighter, people, but what has he done? Has he done more than AJ? Of course he hasn't. Hey, give me a second. Zhang has not done more than AJ, okay? Just because he takes a loss. Look, they got Dubois all the way up here at number 3. Why? Like, what has Dubois even done? Right?
We've got King Arthur Boxing in the comments saying, name a single puncher that AJ fought since fighting an old Vlad and an old Povetkin. I can't think of one.
AJ's fighting pretty much everyone they put in front of him. Even Andrew Ruiz is a puncher. And the heavyweights all punch. The only guy who's a heavyweight who can't punch is... they all punch, people. They can all punch.
Alistair Overeem.
No,
not in this
a
sport,
boxer.
but like Alistair Overeem is a big old dude.
Yes.
And he's got good legs, but zero chin and zero punch.
Well, Alistair Overeem can punch. He was a big puncher.
Yeah, Alistair Overeem can't take a punch.
He can't take a punch, but he could punch.
You're right.
But
I'm wrong.
in the boxing, every guy this guy fights can punch. Like, heavyweights can fucking punch. There's no doubt about it. I don't know. I would just say they can all punch. Andrew Ruiz can punch. That was one of the fastest guys in the whole division. And he fought Parker. Parker can punch. Didn't this guy fight? Am I wrong? Didn't he fight Joe Joyce? Joe Joyce isn't the pillow puncher, is he? He's got 18 fights and 15 knockouts.
He has fought Dubois, Ngannou.
Ngannou was a puncher, but he ain't an MMA guy. Look, he dropped Tyson Fury. He couldn't drop AJ.
Wallen, Helenius, Franklin Jr.
Wallen's not a huge puncher, but he is a heavyweight, and they can all punch.
Usyk twice, Pulev, Ruiz Jr. twice.
Yeah.
Povetkin, Parker, Takam, Klitschko.
Yeah, I know.
Molina.
They're all punchers. These are heavyweights. All right. I think what he did is he slipped up. Anyone in the heavyweight class, any guy can knock you the fuck out. Any one of these dudes. All right. I just don't understand that they put this dude all the way down there at number 6. He's under Joseph Parker and Zhang. Why? Because they beat Wilder? The least they could have done is put this guy in the fourth position. And really, in reality, he should be like 3rd.
What's up, Mexico?
Because look, he's fought so many more high-level guys than Dubois has. Okay. All right, so we're gonna look at some more stuff over here. Okay, I'm gonna see. We got All right, we're looking at some of the comments here. Okay, we got Never Sobers in the comments.
That's why I said, what's up, Mexico?
Yeah, I didn't know what you meant by that.
I like that you just didn't acknowledge it. You're like, she's lost her mind. We're going to move on.
All right, and people, I'm going to show you a channel because I'm going to show you some of this dishonest shit that definitely should not be rated higher than our channel. We should have probably about a couple million subscribers now. Look at this dirty shit these people put out. Look at this. I'm going to show you
Thank you to my team for their efforts as well. Yeah, British boxing. One thing when I first started boxing, I said I want to bring the heavyweight division back alive in the UK, and I think we've done that.
In a stunning announcement following...
So look at this fucking dirty clickbait bullshit. This guy puts out a video, and he lists it as AJ basically announcing his retirement, which is a complete lie. And then second, the guy gets all the information wrong. Like, let's listen to this. Just letting you guys know so you don't watch this shit by accident. All right. was this Fighter Corner is the name of the channel. I didn't even know if this guy's real voice. It sounds like it might be AI or
Fighter's Corner.
Or,
but he doesn't have the
that's what I
possessive
said, Fighter's
apostrophe.
Corner, didn't I?
They said Fighter Corner.
Oh, all right. I'm looking at it from the corner.
One
of my eye.
moment. King Arthur Boxing is
former
saying he's
unified.
talking about a real puncher. Dubois was the first one in a long time. And I mean,
Dubois is a puncher. Yeah, he can punch.
you may be correct, but I think that the larger commentary that we're having is that taking a loss should not automatically and instantaneously mean discussion of retirement. In some instances, that makes sense. However, it is applied to virtually all instances, and that is a disservice to the sport because we shouldn't be encouraging fighters to have such a safe career that they never lose. Having a zero
Yeah,
defeat
cherry picking.
only matters if you fought literally everybody and were that good.
Yes.
And most of the people who have no losses are not that good.
Yeah, when they make the standard 0 losses, 0 mistakes, what fighters tend to do is cherry pick their entire
They
career.
play it safe.
Because the standard is now never losing. Anthony Joshua, as much as people say that he didn't take on a harder punchers, he took on basically people. He's got probably the best record or the best resume of any heavyweight, active heavyweight today. Even Usyk doesn't have a resume as filled as AJ. Usyk's best win at the heavyweights is AJ. Not Tyson Fury, because I think AJ will knock Fury out. I think he would knock him out. And that's why Fury ducked him. That's why he hasn't fought him in all this time. That's a super fight. Tyson Fury was dragging this guy all the way out, right? He's trying to age his ass out. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, but Tyson Fury is not that talented.
Yeah, but that's what Tyson Fury's doing. He's aging him out.
I'm not
Like,
intrigued
If the
by
argument
him.
is that AJ's like not a good fighter, then why is Tyson Fury ducking him for so many years?
Tyson Fury's a bitch.
Yeah. So yeah, I think AJ's a good fighter. He's always evolving. He's kind of similar in like Oscar De La Hoya in that way. Like he's never finished. He's always trying to improve himself, and that's one of his problems. He's always trying to improve himself. He needs to just kind of settle and just hone whatever skills he's learned. And in this fight, he basically looked like he threw it all in the garbage. And I kind of in some ways blame that on his coach. I don't think he's drilling the proper defensive techniques, and he's just not fighting correctly. So what are they talking to him in the corner? Right? Well, let's watch this little clip here because this guy, this is ridiculous. All right, 1 second.
Milestone now reached, it appears the boxing world may.
We done that.
In a stunning announcement following his fight with Daniel Dubois, British heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua has made a bombshell announcement. The former unified heavyweight champion had long teased his retirement at 37, and with that milestone now reached, it appears the boxing world may have to prepare for life without one of its most recognizable stars.
There you go, Dan.
Well, we
White.
sparred hundreds of rounds, didn't it?
You cracked him, Daniel. So you know you can hurt him.
It's sparring. Now we're fighting. It's different, you know? I think it's different. Ready to go. Let's move on now. We can move on now.
Joshua's a
My guess is that a lot of people talk about that time that Dubois supposedly stunned AJ in camp, and I'm gonna make a wild guess and say that was Dubois that let that cat out of the bag. But AJ, he says we had hundreds of rounds, and what I think, he's not saying it AJ, but I think AJ schooled this guy in a training camp. This is what happened. He schooled him. He didn't have any real problems with him. This is probably one of the reasons he went in the ring and took him lightly. I think he really did take him lightly, and from his own mouth, he says he took him lightly. He thought he was going to blow this guy out, and that's one of the biggest mistakes. He probably should have listened to what Dubois said. He said, this is not training camp. This is why they bring up the punch, right, Bob? Because in that interview, what they're talking about is how Dubois hit AJ with a good shot. And so Dubois changes it up and he says, oh, this is a real fight. This is not training camp. And he's saying this, I think, because he knows what happened during those training camps, right? Yeah. He brought up just the one punch he landed. He didn't bring up all the times that AJ probably beat his ass in sparring. So this is one of the things that's going to change stuff up in the rematch. And this is why it's really funny with AJ. People just shit on him. And then he comes back and he has a good performance and then they love him again. It's really crazy the way it works. They're constantly, they told this guy he should have retired years ago when he lost to Andy Ruiz. Like, it's just ridiculous. Fighters fucking lose people.
So we've got King Arthur Boxing in the comments, and thank you for the consistent engagement. That's actually fun for us. It's yes. Interesting to go back and forth. So whether you agree with us or not, we appreciate the dialogue. So he has 2 new comments in there. First, he's saying, I can't agree with what you're saying. I think AJ gets beat by the top 6 to 7 heavyweights. He won't.
Well, who are the top?
Hold on, let me finish his comment.
Well, let me say this: who are the top 6 to 7 heavyweights?
You had a list up. You literally
Okay, well,
just had a
those
list
guys-
up. And then he said, I don't think he would beat Usyk, Fury, or Zhang, or Ingevic. And then his second comment was, I can agree with what you're saying about losses not defining a career.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
I think Fury stuck this guy for a reason. I mean, look, people, Fury got dropped by Francis Ngannou. Okay, there's a kind of measuring stick of how good he is. You want to talk about a hype job, a guy who's also cherry picked. You look at Tyson Fury. I think he's way more hyped than he should be. He's got a big mouth. That's his big thing, but he ain't fighting all these guys. You know, he's cherry picking. He even ducked Usyk for years. He was supposed to fight Usyk years before he fought him. All right. So we're going to watch a little bit more of this. I'm just showing you how deceptive this is. This is ridiculous.
Alleged retirement announcement follows a distinguished career marked by numerous championships, unforgettable matches, and his journey from Olympic gold medalist to global superstar. As the end of his career looms, let's dive into his recent statements and key milestones that have brought him to this moment.
You gotta really put your foot down sometimes and let someone know, I ain't here to play games. Watch yourself. And that's what it was. If someone tells you, come on, let's go now. You know, no, I'm not ready. I say, what? Let's go.
2 years ago, Anthony Joshua made it clear that he intended to retire by the age of 37, a milestone he has now reached. Although he initially planned to retire at 35, he later extended that timeline, believing his body could endure the physical demands of boxing for a couple more years. Now, at 37, Joshua feels the time is right to...
People, just so you know, Anthony Joshua is not 37. He's 34. They said at the very beginning of this, he reached his milestone. So this channel is called Fighter's Corner. This man is not 37 years old. He's 34. So I don't know what's up. And this guy has a lot more subscribers than I do. And I don't know what is this, some fucking AI that's just like making things up.
Probably.
I don't know what it is.
We've got speaking of subscribers and folks in the comments,
this guy, Fighter's Corner, has 139,000 subscribers, and this video has 46,000 views in 3 days, and it's filled with information that's incorrect. All right, go on, Bob.
We've got Quentin Lassiter in the comments saying it's the first time catching us live. Hello, welcome. We are unhinged.
Yes.
All of the time. And then he says, Fury fans acting like Dubois' win over Joshua is Fury's win, probably.
It is. It's sort of like the Floyd Mayweather shit. You know how Marquez beats Manny? And we rescored that, guys. The first Marquez-Manny fight. Manny got robbed in that first fight, just so you know. Like, complete robbery. And people for years said that this guy, Manny's getting robberies. In reality, I think it's the other way around. And we're going to rescore those other fights as well. Yeah, it's weird how people come in and they act like because AJ loses to Dubois, now he doesn't have to fight AJ and he doesn't have to fight Fury, and it's like Fury won. That's one thing I hate about boxing, because the same people that believe this triangle theory are the same people that also say that styles make fights. So how do you believe both these things at the same time, right? Does that make sense, Bob?
Yeah, it's just I feel like this, though, is part of the larger issue that we're having, right? Where it's this concept of the perpetually refreshing news cycle. Like, if you're not actively doing something crazy or interesting or bombastic, I don't care and you don't exist. So, like, I think that this is all part of that. The audience has no attention span. They don't care. They don't care if it's a robbery. They don't care if it makes absolutely no sense. Like, there's no logic, doesn't matter. We don't need that anymore. And I think that it's becoming more uncommon than common for people to be able to step out of the fandom and actually think about it. I can like somebody who does not perform as expected. That doesn't mean I hate them, throw them in the garbage, you know? And I can also dislike somebody who is winning all the time. For me, it's not about the personality, and I think that we have taken the Mayweather model and like merged it with the WWE model, and now we've come to this very strange place where we are disincentivizing fighters from taking risks. We are disincentivizing fighters from losing, and we're incentivizing fighters to do all of these hijinks and hooliganisms that have nothing to do with fighting.
Yeah, what Bob's saying is real. It's what happens in boxing today, people. This whole Floyd Mayweather idea that fighters should never lose, and then once they do lose, you shit all over them. This is what's creating these. It's basically killing boxing. This is one of the things that's killing boxing, and people need to stop fucking doing it. You can point out the mistakes Joshua made in this fight, but to rag on him and say he was never good, he was never a good fighter, he's trash, he's all these things, and this is what's happening. In the media, people are just shitting all over this guy, and they just don't do it. Just point. I just like what I said is he looked like it was a poor performance. He just did not fight to the best of his ability. He was fighting like a fucking idiot. But that doesn't mean I don't think he's a great fighter, because he is. He's a very good fighter. I don't think Dubois is good, but I do give him respect for what he did. He did what you're supposed to do, because regardless if the guy's more powerful than you, faster than you, all these things. Your job is to go in there. If you know you don't have the skills to beat him in a technical boxing match or anything, then you just come in there like a madman and you knock his ass out. You slip your head off the line and you come in, and that's what he did. He came in and he blew him out. That's what he did. AJ was not thinking fast in that ring and he got caught, and then he fought stupid after. All right, we're gonna look at some more of these
Quentin wants to know if we.
What?
Quentin wants to know if we're playing Linkin Park in the background.
Yes, that is point of authority. Yes.
We like to play all kinds of different music that is perhaps a bit atypical for a boxing channel.
Yes, I like all kinds of music, but yeah.
Because Fu is a musician.
Yes, I make music. All right, so we're going to watch some more of these files, more of this information I got from the fight. It looks like, this is another potential fight that I think Dubois should have next. This is Zhang.
Congrats, Daniel. Good win. I'm happy for you.
There he is, the madman. Call me up, bro. This we saying, right? All right, let's hear this. Where's the audio there? I don't know why the audio's off. I didn't even turn it off. Give me 1 second, people. I don't know why this audio just turned itself off.
Congrats, Daniel. Good win. I'm happy for you. But if
that's the guy that
congrats, Daniel.
No, sorry about that.
Good win.
If I was Anthony Joshua, I would not fight that guy yet. I would wait to fight Zhang. I'd probably beat Dubois and then maybe fight Zhang after. All right.
Thanks for the subscription, Quentin.
Yes, thanks a lot, man. We
Never
appreciate
Sobers
it.
is he didn't know you could play these types of music without getting into trouble with the copyright.
But these are not full versions of these songs. This is a royalty-free version of it. Also, sometimes the copyright holders aren't as fucked up as other copyright holders. Copyright law is a weird thing.
And YouTube selectively applies it however it feels like on any given day.
Yeah, they change it all the time. If I got in trouble, I'll stop putting it up, but they let me do some of this stuff. All right, so we're going to look at some of the responses of the fighters after this fight. And we're going to see, what they have to say. But before we get to that, we're going to look at a classic comeback fight from the past. This is Lennox Lewis versus Hasim Rahman. This was a big upset. This was a huge upset, people, for the time. This was back in the 1990s. This is what I predict will happen in a rematch versus AJ versus Dubois. I think it's going to be like Lennox Lewis. And in a lot of ways, this was very similar. The only difference is that there's a lot of similarities, because Joshua from his own mouth said he didn't take Dubois seriously. That's not a good thing. You never want to do that. That's not really a good excuse. That's a stupid thing to do. You don't want to do that ever, because that can end your career doing that.
That's getting a bit big for your britches.
Now, this is the same thing. The only difference is in this Rahman fight, Lennox Lewis was dismissing Rahman in the ring. And AJ did this as well. When he got in that ring, The reason his hands were low, one of the reasons his hands were low, it wasn't just the fact that he wasn't training properly. That's my guess. He's not training because the repetition, people, you burn this stuff into your brain. Blocking is like second nature. You just do it. And so he was pulling back in straight lines. He was doing a lot of things wrong in that ring, AJ. But if he really took Dubois seriously, he wouldn't have made these mistakes. I don't think he would. I think he would have been razor sharp. All right. I actually think he fought cleaner, a more technically sound fight versus Francis Ngannou. That's insane.
Hey, Fight Fury Films.
Yeah, what's up, man? We're going to be watching this. This was a big upset back in the 1990s. This is Hasim Rahman versus Lennox Lewis. We're going to watch this little
Back
bit.
in those bucolic sepia tone days of the 90s.
What'd you say, Bob?
I said back in the bucolic sepia tone days of the 90s, although the 70s is more sepia toned.
Yeah, the 90s was big with the bloom. All the cameras were like barely bloomy. All right, let's watch this. Classic HBO, people. I loved this stuff as a kid.
Before it went into the shit can.
Yes, here they coming out with the big baggy hoodie. I mean, you could feel how hot it is in that room.
Not a cell phone in sight.
I could feel it right now. It looks like it's scorching hot in there. Hasim Rahman, he wasn't supposed to win this fight, but Lennox Lewis, he took him lightly, people. The funny thing about it is I think he actually was knocked out in the same round that Anthony Joshua was knocked out in. Actually, he was knocked out in the 5th. AJ was knocked out in the 6th. But, all right, we're going to see this right now. Lennox Lewis didn't take this guy seriously, and he paid a price.
Left hook upstairs combination. Now he just fires the right hand.
Lennox Lewis is like a big cat.
Rahman jab, 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 jab. 4 of them. Chases Lewis across the ring.
That dude went down like a ton of bricks.
Shades of Oliver McCall. September 24, 1994 in London. Has Rahman pulled the upset he has? He got a brand new heavyweight champion, and he's from the United States.
That man has no idea where he is.
What'd you say, Bob?
He went down like a ton of bricks and has no idea where he is.
The big difference is that Joshua was beat up over the course of 5 rounds. And I think he was finished in the 6th with that one punch. He didn't allow himself to recover. So there was a lot of technical problems with what Joshua did. When he got clipped with that shot in that round, that first round, he needed to really take some time, tie the guy up, maybe even smother the work, come in and grab him, just really try to recover, get that ice on him, just go 2 to 3 rounds, just really trying to recover. Because his legs weren't there. And even though Joshua has like a really nice straight right hand and a good jab, he's got some decent boxing basics. But the thing is with Joshua, and I said it in the other video, is that he seems that when he gets when he gets rocked, he seems like he almost forgets everything. Like his legs go like Bambi legs. He can't really stand solid on his feet. And obviously you guys know that all your power comes from your legs. So if you cannot control your legs, then you really can't transfer power into your punches. And I think this is what was happening to AJ. This is why he has to fight extra careful. Also, he has to keep drilling these defensive techniques. He needs to drill them more because like I said in the last video, and you saw the fight with Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz got rocked and he was able to use the proper defense to land that counter left hook, even as he was completely rocked and could barely stand. AJ needs to keep working on these things, right? He needs to work. He needs to drill it into his brain. It has to be second nature. I feel like when he gets rocked, all his boxing abilities go out the window and he just walks around all stumbling all over the place with no foundation under his feet and no blocking. And his coach should have told him, like, this was ridiculous. When I was watching this and watching him with his chin up and his hands down, it just made no sense to me.
Hey, Mateo.
All right, so we had a huge upset here. Everyone thought, wow, Lennox Lewis, is he finished? Like, he got fucking rocked by Rahman. He got rocked by Rahman. The Rock Man got him, people. And everybody thought, well, Lennox Lewis is finished, I guess, right? Not quite, people. This was the rematch.
The table's been turned. Is it reversed? 7, 8, 9. It's over. Boom. Boom. Boom.
He knocked him out one right hand. And he did it one round before the round Rahman knocked him out. He knocked Rahman out in the middle of the 4th round. He didn't fight Rahman again after that because no one expected Rahman to win. But I think it would have been fair for him to give Rahman one more opportunity, but he didn't because he beat his ass very easily. And I think this is what AJ is going to do in the rematch. So a lot of what we're saying in this video has a lot to do with the, again, this question here. If you guys want to speak to this question. Says here, are the standards for boxers today superhuman? And by superhuman, I mean they have to be perfect. They have to be, like Beth said, like godlike, right? And that standard is not, it's not right for a sport where anybody can lose. In all sports, people can lose. And just because you lose today doesn't mean you're going to lose again tomorrow. And the idea, I think, is after this loss that people just have this belief that he's just going to keep losing. And if he does, who cares, right? Just as long as he's healthy, just as long as he's not getting knocked out fight after fight after fight after fight, I don't think it's a problem. What do you think, Bob?
I would agree.
You agree? Do I sound like an idiot?
No.
All right. So we're going to be looking at some more clips. You got any what's going on, Bob?
We've got Mateo saying, good question. Do you have an answer, Mateo? I'm glad that you think it's a good question.
All right, so we have Mateo in the comments. He says, good question. Anybody who wants to speak to this, well, put your comments in the screen. Okay, Samantha. I mean, Bob. All right, Vanessa.
Are you okay? Are you having some
Mateo
sort of schizophrenic
good
attack
question.
over there?
Do you guys think that the standards are too high? Are fighters allowed to lose fights? Are they allowed to make mistakes and fight like idiots?
I think if we kind of take this in a broader scope, we have to look at the larger epidemic of people in positions of influence either taking their own life, succumbing to like bullying and all of these other things. You know, we as the viewing public, we as fans may not really think that our one kind of mean comment means anything. But when you are inundated with hundreds of thousands of them, of people saying absolutely hideous vitriolic things because they have the protection of the keyboard and anonymity, you know, you have to kind of think about the impact on human beings. I think that constructive criticism is absolutely fine, but this idea that you cannot be human is harmful. It is actively harmful.
Yes. I mean, no one's perfect, people. It's okay to lose. All right? It's okay to fucking lose. We need to wipe this idea from the sport because it is destroying the sport. Just because you didn't take on the proper challenges at the times you were supposed to take them on doesn't mean you're a great fighter because you went undefeated. You were cherry picking your whole fucking career, bro. Some of these fighters, I don't care if they've cherry picked 3 times. When you start cherry picking, you don't really deserve the respect. You don't deserve the respect, right? Taking losses, there's nothing wrong with taking losses. The greatest fighters in the history of the sport have taken losses. The greatest people in this world have taken losses.
Yep.
Right? Everybody takes losses. It's just part of life. It's part of learning. And in this sport, it makes you it could many times make you a better fighter. Because I think AJ took this guy lightly. And the public is just shitting all over him. We're going to be looking at some more clips. Now we're going to be looking at some of these responses from the boxing media after AJ's most recent loss.
I think, though, the way that AJ handled it in that interview that we read first, I think he handled it perfectly. And he handled it with aplomb. He was like, I will be back. I'm not done.
Yes. But he was saying this in the face of all these people just saying, are you going to quit? Are you going to retire? Are you going to retire? Are you going to retire? AJ, you retiring? This is what they were saying. They were just hounding him with this, hey, you're going to retire? Like, why? And this is why I say the thing is it's the public trying to reflect onto him. They're the ones that want him to be perfect. And if he and you have the boxing media who they get their predictions wrong. So again, they want to say he's garbage, he's trash. What I said is that he's fighting in it's a poor performance, people. That doesn't mean that he's a trash fighter. That just means he had a bad night. He fought stupid. But a lot of these boxing pundits right now, what I'm hearing is that they're saying he should just retire. Why? Because you got your prediction wrong? Maybe Dubois is better than everyone thought. He's better. Maybe everybody was tricked, just like AJ was tricked, you know? He's all ego too much. We thought AJ We thought AJ was untouchable, even though people know he lost. But he had built himself up to a level that people thought he's just going to blow Dubois out. Most people, right? I thought he was going to beat Dubois because I thought he was going to come and fight him correctly. And he did it.
And I think that sometimes people allow themselves to be caught up in the hype, like you were just saying. Oh, he's going to blow him out. He's going to blow him out. And then when they fail to live up to your expectation, which may or may not be based in reality, it's like they have failed you personally. And you take that very seriously.
It's also a lot of the boxing pundits want to always be correct. So if AJ loses, instead of saying that they were wrong, they want to come out and throw him under the bus, right? And just say he's trash. And I picked AJ, and I thought AJ fought in a poor way. But as much as it may be kind of shocking, it's not that shocking because once again, people, it is the heavyweight division, and this guy was coming to win. When fighters come to win and they got a punch, they can win. They just could just balls to the wall. You don't let the other guy think, and you just get on him. And this is what I said about Berlanga versus Canelo. Berlanga needed to just pressure him, just like this guy Dubois did. He had to do the same thing. If you're a fighter with a punch, the best thing you can do versus a guy that has more, he has more experience and all that. You just get on him. Don't let him think and beat the shit out of him. And use boxing basics, all right? Use proper, try to use some proper techniques, slip your head off the line, and come in with your big shots and try to lay him out. Because this is what Dubois did. He wasn't boxing him. He was punching for keeps. He's throwing these punches to put him out, to put him to sleep. All right, so we're gonna be looking at some of these. Some of these videos I've compiled. Let's see this.
Family here, we have just witnessed history as Anthony Joshua has been knocked out by Daniel Dubois. Guys, your reaction?
Madness. Queensborough are on top though.
Yeah, the only thing that I saw was it was so poor of AJ. As soon as he got hit, he got clocked, his legs was gone. Unbelievable. You could see that Daniel Dubois prepared for that very, very well. I'm very, very happy for him. I actually thought that it was going to be the other way around, and that's what we predicted. But you know what? How wrong was I? And I stand to say that I was wrong. And I'm happy, I'm more than happy to know the outcome of a young lion like that wanted that so bad. So alhamdulillah, good on him, man. He went out and went and got what he deserved.
What does this mean for British boxing?
Well, this is amazing for British boxing. Listen, AJ did his thing for many years, and now Daniel Dubois has come now. Listen.
You see this, Bob? You see this? I respect that he says, yeah, I was wrong, right? But he doesn't like the fact that he was wrong. He's doing exactly what I said. He's saying, well, he did good for some years. So he's basically saying that he's done. He's finished. This is what he's saying. Without saying it, he's saying, oh, well, he's done. I admit I was wrong, but AJ's finished. He should just retire. But watch them have a rematch and watch AJ knock this guy out.
Mateo is saying that he got beat up for 5 rounds straight.
Yeah.
It is a bit shocking. And then he said, look at Barrera's son. Is that the gentleman in the zip-up hoodie?
Barrera? I don't see it. I don't know.
T-shirt?
But people, he got the reason. It was the same in the Andrew Ruiz fight. Andrew Ruiz clipped him. I think it was, what was it, in the second round? He clipped him. And guess what? He had Bambi legs through the rest of the fight. It's what happens to AJ. This is why he needs to defend himself. Also, that punch that AJ got hit with in that first round was a bomb. Like, there's pictures of that, and it looks like his skull was rattling around his head. His face was, like, warped. It looked like a Beetlejuice fucking movie. Like, his head looked so crazy. Like, he ate, like, the hardest shot right on his chin. So his legs were gone. That was it. Anything that happened after that point was just, like, secondary. It means nothing compared to that punch. Everything was kind of just, he was basically put away after that. He was basically put out by that one punch. And then over the course of the next couple of rounds, it was just finished. And he came in stupid with his hands down and ate the right hand. And that was it. But the fight was over after that one punch pretty much. It's close to it.
People thought he even won. He beat Usyk. They think he did that. I was telling Sammy and Adam for years, there's one guy going to come be a one on top. I always said it was Dubois. I always said that. And now that's proved today.
All right, so here's the ego, people. This guy goes to exactly what I just said, right? He's saying, first he says he thought AJ's going to win. And then he throws AJ under the bus and says, well, Dubois is the future, basically. AJ's finished. He didn't say it exactly in those words, but that's what he said. And then after that, he said, I always said that Dubois. You see this, Bob? I told you, people. This guy is just flip-flopping all over the place. I tell you, AJ's going to win. And now he's basically, he's finished, right? He's done. And then I always said Dubois. Oh, he was always going to win. I always said that.
Even Steve Maguire, my mate, Steve Maguire, you was right, mate. You did tell me that.
What is next for Anthony Joshua? Is there a way back?
Listen, I think Anthony should just put his gloves up gracefully and say, listen, it's been great. You know, I've been champion. I tried to win. I tried to become 3 times, but it didn't happen. Let the man just rest and flex, because that's it. Done. In my done.
Just finally, how does Daniel Dubois do again? We know
he's 34 years old, people. He's only been knocked out once in his whole career. The Andy Ruiz fight was not a knockout. Actually, if anything, that was worse than this, because in that fight, he was actually really, really beat up over the course of those rounds. Not too bad in this one. He went out with one punch. He got hit with one good shot in the first round, and then he got laid out, I think it was in the 6th. Pretty much laid out. Not completely knocked out, but the worst knockout loss of his entire career. And it was a mistake that could have been avoided. All the things that happened to him in this fight could have all been avoided by skills that he has actually displayed in multiple fights. So he can win this fight. This dude here retired as a young man. He's really just reflecting himself onto AJ. AJ's not finished, people. He's not done.
Why is it that it's always dudes that look like a fucking potato making proclamations about the physical fitness and ongoing likelihood of career?
It's also
like
not right.
he just like that is the biggest I've got big FOMO. Like, I'm jealous that you're young and fit.
Yeah,
that I've ever seen.
That's not Nassim. That's Prince Nassim. He used to actually be in decent shape. That guy's like a super heavyweight now. He used to fight as he fought in Barrera.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, why is it always dudes that look like that coming in and having out of pocket opinions about young healthy fighters? I just do not understand. I don't understand the gumption.
I mean, the
audacity.
That guy
of it
retired a long time ago. He hasn't been a fighter in a very, very long time. All right, he's just. I feel like he's just projecting. He's projecting his beta-ness, people. Beta.
Yeah.
Beta. All right, we're gonna be watching some more clips of the post-fight.
Anthony Joshua. It looked like he's.
It's super negative too. Why can't you just leave the motherfucker alone? You got to just bury him. He takes this loss. He's like, oh, you did too much. It's okay, AJ. That's it. Retire. You think he wants to hear that? But I mean, maybe it builds him up, right? Maybe it builds him up. Maybe it gets him to want to prove you wrong. But I mean, with this AJ guy, this is why I made that poster. This guy's always got to be perfect. Anytime he takes a loss, people are calling for him to retire. Every time.
Never saw it again.
Came in no pressure. Daniel Dubois had no pressure on his shoulders coming in here. Very calm, very composed, and it showed. He came out to go after it at the first bell.
Conor, when you go into a fight against a man like Daniel, who almost you say something to him, you know it's not going to get in his head.
Joshua showing the same shot over and over. The step back, backhand, and the step back, uppercut. You need to either meet him or step or go forward.
I just spoke to Ricky Hatton there. He said that as a friend.
Is this guy like a Coke vacuum, Bob?
I just wish he would go away forever.
I mean,
he's so annoying.
He's friends with AJ. He likes AJ. I like what he's saying here. He's talking about things AJ did wrong instead of just shitting on him.
Yeah.
Right? He's saying that Dubois had nothing to lose, and he just came in there, went balls to the wall, right?
Yeah.
Came in no pressure.
He came in no pressure.
Dubois had no pressure on his shoulders coming in here. Very calm.
What's funny is when I was watching this fight, I was like, wow, when you look at him in Wembley and he has these big entrants and everybody's screaming his name, that must be a lot of pressure, right? To perform.
Posed, and it showed. He came out to go after it at the first bell.
Conor, when you go into a fight against a man like Daniel, who almost you say something to him, you know it's not going to get in his head.
Joshua showing the same shot over and over. The step back, backhand, and the step back, uppercut. You need to either meet him or step or go forward.
It's hard to understand what he's saying because he's probably all coked up. I don't know. I think what he means is he's trying to slip off the line, move your head, high guard, right? Slip off, slip and hit. AJ was coming forward in straight lines, and he was getting smashed.
I just spoke to Ricky Hatton there. He said that as a friend of AJ's, he would like to see him retire. How do you see that?
Again, people constantly retire. And keep in mind, Ricky Hatton, when did he retire? When he was 30? These guys they're projecting their cowardness onto AJ. This motherfucker, Ricky Hatton, got his ass destroyed by Manny Pacquiao. He was down on his face, I think it was. Or his back. He was down on his back breathing. You know, he looked all fucked up like somebody hit a robot with a hammer or something. And then he retired right there. He went out on a loss like that. I don't know if he fought again after that, but I remember he went out on a loss. And he was a young man when he retired.
AJ is number one. This is 8th stadium show here, Eddie and Barry. He's a legend forever.
Is there a way back for this, Conor?
For sure he is. He smacked him back. He stood his ground and smacked him back. And then he went forward and got caught. It's only boxing. You get caught, you catch someone. Of course he can come back, for sure.
Conor, you're a legend. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You see, that's a real friend there, right, guys?
Yeah.
That's a real dude.
Sure.
Conor, you're a legend. Thank you very much.
The thing is that Conor's been in this position, how they're just shitting on him. And this is what they're doing. They're shitting all over AJ. Well, he took a loss. Anybody could lose, people. He's just got to retire now. Oh, my God. He's not completely perfect. He took a loss. He's not what we want him to be. He's got to be an action figure. He's got to be Superman. He's Superman. Superman's been destroyed. So since Superman's lost the battle, let's just throw him into the fucking volcano, right?
And then he went forward and got caught. It's only boxing. You get caught, you catch someone. Of course he can come back, for sure.
Conor, you're a legend. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
It's weird because people seem to always want to love the comeback story,
I'm not gonna lie.
right? They love the comeback story, but in this case, they don't care for it. They're just like, get the fuck out of here.
Fuck, but no.
My only thing with the guy is, if, like I said, if he's taking too much damage. Like if he's coming back and he's getting knocked out, then coming back and getting knocked out again, then come back getting knocked out again, then yeah, it's time to retire then. But I think AJ still got a couple of fights left in the tank. He's only 34, people.
Mateo was saying that Shane McGuigan was spot on.
Who was?
Shane McGuigan.
This is a good comment here. He's talking about the trainer, Ben Davidson. He said, roll the dice. People, that's not how boxing should work. You shouldn't be rolling a dice. There should be minimal luck in boxing. It should be mostly preparation and skill. At times, it's luck. What Dubois, a lot of what Dubois got, it was both preparation and a lot of luck, I think. It was dependent on many factors, and one of them was the poor style AJ was fighting in. All right? So that when I heard that, and I like that he pointed this out, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Rolled the dice. Bro, that was the worst time to roll the dice. You were making a comeback. This is the time Dubois was wilting. The best thing to do, I mean, I guess from punching you in the head and swinging, he had a lot of adrenaline, and the adrenaline dump was going away, I guess. So Dubois was fading, and then AJ came in with his fucking hands down and ate a right hand. Dubois punched with him, and that's what you do. That's a good comment there. What's the other comment you want me to read, Bob?
Just that Mateo was saying that Shane McGuigan was spot on, so I'm guessing Shane McGuigan had commentary on this.
Shane, what? He had Dubois winning the one? Winning?
I don't know.
I mean, Dubois is a big puncher. I mean, he can punch people, so it's not shocking that this would happen. I mean, it was shocking that AJ was fighting so poorly, but for Dubois to clip AJ wasn't really that shocking. Like, as they say, this is the heavyweight division. Anybody can get knocked out here.
Surprised at how good Daniel was in there. From the minute round one came, he was vicious,
he was
violent.
He came in amazing. He came in as a true champion. He left like a world champion.
This looks like, who's that villain from Popeye, Bob?
I don't remember, but
well, this guy looks like that villain, but like dirtier. Is it just me, or this motherfucker looks super greasy and dirty? He's just like a crackhead, doesn't he?
He's wearing too many layers of clothing, I think. I think he's very warm. He seems to be very sweaty.
Yeah. It's pretty gross looking. Just gotta say it. Pretty gross looking dude.
On the subject of bullying and how it's not productive.
Yes. He's gross, bro. He's gross. It looks like, come on, bro, clean your face. What? Who's talking about bullying? You were talking about bullying. I was saying don't throw the guy in the trash. I'm not bullying. I'm just pointing out the obvious, bro.
breasts, Mama. They're called breasts. And every woman has them.
Exactly. Boobs are a real thing, people. They are. All right, let's listen to this guy.
So, Mazel Tov, congratulations.
I spoke to a few people ringside. I think it's a little harsh. They were calling for Anthony Joshua to hang up the gloves after that. How do you see that, Derek?
Why?
No, I agree.
He had a bad day in office. And a bad day in office. You don't want a burger?
Yeah, see, this dude's disgusting. He's like, you want a burger? You see this? Isn't that gross? You don't think this guy's gross? I think he's kind of gross.
I just don't know why somebody doing interviews would approach somebody who's like in the middle of eating a sandwich.
Yeah, it's fucking gross, bro.
Like,
I mean,
just say,
yeah,
hey, man, I want to talk to you when you're done with your
this guy
sandwich.
gotta
I'll
just-
be over here.
Yeah, but why didn't this fucking guy put that damn sandwich down while he's taking a damn interview? Don't be rude. All right, people, that is our QR code for our Venmo. This is how we support this is one of the ways we support the Real Food TV. Subscribing is a good way to support us as well. Remember to subscribe to the Real Food TV. It is the greatest channel known to man, people. It really is. It really effing is.
Mateo is saying that McGuigan was part of the UK commentary team, and he heard Ben Davidson advise between rounds, and he said if he does Ben Davidson advice between rounds, which I'm assuming
Yes.
is that roll the dice comment, and he said that if he does that, he's getting sparked out.
What,
And
Ben
that's what
Davidson
happened.
said that about AJ? What did he say? Say it again. Sorry, I can't hear. I couldn't understand. Say it again.
Shane heard Ben Davidson's advice between rounds,
Yes.
and said that if Dubois followed that, he's gonna get sparked out.
All right, but what was Dubois was gonna do? What did he say for Dubois?
If Dubois followed that,
Okay.
I
So-
believe it's the roll the dice comment.
Isn't Ben Davidson AJ's coach? I didn't know he's not Dubois' coach.
Sorry,
as far as I
I'm
know.
inferring based on the comments.
All right, sorry. You gotta make. You
So
gotta clear that up.
apparently-
I'm not understanding. Say it again, Bob. Sorry, I just don't understand the question. You're saying
It's
that
not a question,
If
it's a
he,
comment.
you understand that Shane heard Ben Davidson advice between rounds and said if he does that, he's getting
sparked out.
Sparked out. He said.
Yeah.
Okay, well, who does it? If AJ does it, because that's AJ's.
Maybe AJ's corner
Yeah,
was giving
'cause I
him
think
bad
that-
direction.
Yeah, because I thought that was AJ's. I'm not understanding. All right, let's listen to some more of this dirty guy.
You want a burger,
Thank you. Does he have burgers in a
What's
backpack
next
or
for Daniel
something?
Dubois? How highly do you rank him amongst, obviously, we know he fought Alexander.
Daniel now is number 2 in the world.
Yeah, behind Alexander Usyk?
Yeah.
How does he do with someone like Tyson Fury in your
Yeah, this guy got he's like a survivalist. He has like a backpack filled with fucking hamburgers. And he's just offering people random hamburgers from his backpack. I know. If anybody's shouldn't grow a beard, it's this guy.
Carries on doing what he's doing. All the way.
Out of curiosity, what went wrong for Anthony Joshua in there tonight?
I don't know. I'm still waiting to find out.
The guy's whole mouth is fucking full. You hear this? I can't even understand him. He's because his mouth is so fucking full of food. It's just fucking disgusting. That's
big surprise. Huge surprise.
Yeah, fucking mouth filled with sandwiches, and it's a big surprise. You walk up to this fucking guy for an interview, and he's spitting hamburger crumbs into your face and little pieces of beef. Right, Bob? That's the big surprise.
It's just.
All right, I don't know if I could take it. Let's hear just a couple more seconds of this guy. I don't know. He's making me feel dirty just listening to him.
Just from what you saw?
I think he left everything in the dressing room.
Can he win the rematch?
There's no rematch.
No, but if they do have a rematch, can he win it?
I don't think number it won't be a big setup, but there's no rematch. I don't know.
Wait, is that English? I have a clip over here. I wish you could find it. I have a guy eating slop. I think. Let me see if I can find that. I have a clip of this guy eating. Damn it, I wish I could find it. It's perfect timing for this clip. Fuck. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm going to find my clip. Bob, you have anything to
Mateo is saying that yes, it was AJ's corner giving him terrible advice, and Shane, part of the UK commentary team, called it out right away.
Did they tell him to roll the fucking dice? Is that what they said? You know that guy's not a very good coach. That guy that AJ is training with, he AJ's fighting in a way where he's not even using proper blocking technique. And when you look at Tyson Fury fought like trash too. He would fight with his chin up in the air, and he would not use proper blocking techniques. And you saw it, people, and he was doing the same shit in the Usyk fight. He had his chin up in the air, and Usyk caught him right on his fucking chin. Boom, and he almost knocked him the fuck out.
Mateo wants to know if you think Chisora was Usyk's toughest fight.
I don't know. I don't know if he was. I think he was early on in Usyk's heavyweight career. So I would say AJ was the hardest fight for Usyk. Usyk had to be on it the whole fight, right? He can never take he had to be perfect in those fights. It's crazy that he fought him twice. It's insane. Usyk is obviously not a beta. Beta. He's not a beta. Not like this guy who's eating this sandwich all nasty. I wish I could find my slop clip. I have a clip that fits this guy perfectly. I feel like I'm watching a catfish eat. Damn it, where's my fucking slop clip? I have a slop clip, people. It's a guy eating slop. It's like an Indian man. All right, any more comments there, Bob?
Not since the question about Chisora.
Yeah, I don't know if it was his hardest fight. I feel like the AJ fights were his hardest fights. I feel like he was very close to wilting in those fights, but he pulled it through, especially in that second fight. He was having a hard time. Fury hit him with a lot of low blows and a lot of illegal shots, a lot more than AJ did. So I feel like the AJ fights were the hardest fights for Usyk.
Finally, how does if they have the rematch Alexander Usyk with someone like Daniel Dubois, how would that do?
Like, this guy will not stop fucking eating. You're doing an interview, you goddamn pig.
Matt Damon.
You can't put down the sandwich. The guy's acting like he came out the fucking ring, like he just got done doing a fight, like he's just starving. You can't just like do the interview and then eat the sandwich later, bro. What do you think about this, Bob? Are you just as disgusted?
I mean, it's very rude. That's
yeah.
For
He's
sure.
That's what he's doing. That's what he's. What is this?
But I mean, it's also
is this
the
ASMR?
interviewer is being quite rude by seeing someone eating and walking up to him and not saying, "Hey, man, when you finish your burger,
No.
would you like to do an
No, no.
interview?"
It's-
and
it's
instead
an-
just being like, "Talk to me now."
He cannot eat that sandwich. He doesn't need to eat the fucking sandwich. Like, if somebody came up to you, or if you got a phone call from someone, right, and you're in the middle of eating, and they don't know you're eating it or whatever, it don't matter if they know you're eating, and they're talking to you, you're just gonna be chewing the whole fucking time.
I wouldn't answer the phone.
Why is he starving? Why is he fucking starving? Why does he look like he just?
It's not about being
Why does
starving.
he
If
look
I'm
like
eating,
the black Tom Hanks from the movie Castaway?
if I'm eating,
It's pissing me off.
I just don't answer the phone.
I feel like I've been robbed of my hearing listening to this guy. Well, I wish I didn't have hearing when I'm listening to this guy chew.
He is masticating loudly.
It's disgusting. He's masticating all over the place. That's what he's doing. Right, Bob?
Correct.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Daniel's at the top now. You can't write Daniel off. Daniel is it.
Final message, Derek. Another fantastic night at Wembley Stadium.
Thank you very much for the support coming. Oasis is coming back out.
I was taking it all in.
When are we seeing you next in the mix?
Soon.
Against who? Dillian?
Oh my God. He just keeps eating. He looks like he's got a face full of pubic hair. Like, he looks like they glued that hair onto his face. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely should have stopped in at a barber on his way.
Yeah, it's facial. Like I said, the facial hair in him looks like pubic hair.
Maybe.
All right, Derek, thank you. He's giving out Five Guys. What a man.
It's not Five Guys.
Oh, it's not Five Guys. Your reaction?
I can't even understand this guy. He's like, and then he's eating a sandwich that adds even more to me not being able to understand what the hell he's saying. All right, Bob, what do you think?
About what?
About sandwiches. About his great insights into the fight.
I just think that people want to have a hot take. They want to be, if they have any jealousy or they have any sort of insecurity, they want to put the other guy down. And it's just pointless. It's very silly. I actually think for the first time possibly in ever, I agree with Conor McGregor. Like, there's always a way back if you have the heart.
All right, that patchy beard, those make it more
I think he
douchey.
meant to say does make it more douchey.
Oh, it does make it more, sorry. I mean, yeah, he seems like a douche, and he won't stop eating that fucking sandwich, which is really annoying me. If I was doing an interview, I'd be like, damn, I'd be like, no, thank you, and just walk away. If I find that slop clip, I'm going to effing show it, people. I have a clip of a guy eating slop. You remember what it is, right, Bob? That guy, Indian guy
I do.
eating slop. That was the perfect opportunity for that clip. Shit. All right, we're going to be watching a couple more clips over here, people. And then we're going to be watching the highlights of the fight. We're going to explain some of the stuff that went wrong. All right, one moment, please. But while we're taking this moment, remember to subscribe to The Real Food TV. It is the greatest channel on demand, people. It really effing is.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
It's a fucking knockout. But not like how AJ was knocked out, people. Remember, the question of today is, are the standards for boxers today superhuman? Right? Does he have to be perfect? What, is he a god? No, people, he's just a man. He's just an effing man. That's all he is. He made some mistakes. Many, many, many mistakes. But the biggest mistake he made was eating that big old overhand in the first round. You need to be on it. As they say in boxing, defend yourself at all times. He slipped a little bit at the end of the round, and it basically took the whole fight away from him. And then he fought like an idiot, and he had a coach that is also an idiot.
Of course I'm shocked. I got it completely wrong. I thought it would end within 4 rounds, and it didn't. Well, it did. For AJ, it was over in the first when that right hand landed. One guy comes out and lets his hands go immediately. Josh starts, and he's fencing, and he's trying to box and set it up. It was the wrong approach, and he'll know. I hope he walks in the post-fight press conference and says tonight, made a mistake. I want a rematch straight away, and he jumps on him. Because Anthony Joshua, when he's letting his hands go, is the most destructive heavyweight in the world. Tonight, he didn't let his hands go quick enough, and that's just a game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I said it when I watched the fight. He wasn't snappy. When a guy's coming and he's closing the range really fast, you have to be snappy. You have to be quick. Your reflex got to be quick. You take that step back, boom, boom, and here comes the right hand immediately. You got to hit him quick. You got to keep his ass off of you. You got to get that respect. And AJ wasn't doing that. He was doing a high guard, and Dubois was noticing that he was slipping these shots around that guard. So it made him want to come in even more. What AJ's job was to smash him with a shot, a straight shot, and then use the proper evasive maneuvers. He didn't do that. He let this guy get in on him and literally just pound on him.
Can he come back from it?
Of course he can. Like I've just said to you, he's still one of the most destructive heavyweights in the world. It's just tonight, he's had a guy just set about him straight away. I'm not taking anything away from Daniel Dubois. The job he's done.
What's up, brother? You good?
You good? The job he's done.
What for Dubois?
Take anything away. Daniel Dubois got to face Daniel Dubois got to face Joseph Parker next. He's the guy who deserves it the most. But take nothing away. Daniel Dubois tonight is the world champion. I give him all the praise and all the credit in the world. Take nothing away from him. Anthony Joshua's back on the rebuilding road. Do I think he can come back? I don't think. I know he can. All the best. As you can see tonight, I have got the wife, and she is going to get home soon.
She gave us permission.
Yeah, at least he's not completely negative like these other dudes saying like he's finished, he should just retire. This is what all these guys just keep saying that. Like, why do you have to say that? He's 34. He's not done yet. Okay? Bob, what do you think of that?
How
many times do we have to hear this?
Now,
I don't know,
Anthony
I guess
Joshua
as
here
many
at Wembley Stadium. Your reaction?
Wait a minute. Sorry, Bob. Give me 1 second. A file just went on.
I was just saying.
All right, go on. What were you going to say, Bob?
I think we're going to have to hear this as many times as you decide to play it.
A clip just came on, Bob. Sorry. Can you say what you were going to say?
That's what I was going to say, because you said, how many times do we have to hear this? And then I said as many times
No,
as
I'm talking about people saying this thing about retirement.
You missed the...
All right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess. We have a drunk fan that was in the crowd. They interviewed him. It's really nice of them to do that, to interview these drunk fans every once in a while. You got to talk to the little people. This is a drunk fan who was in the crowd at the AJ Dubois fight.
Now, Anthony Joshua here at Wembley Stadium. Your reaction?
I was just saying, it's okay, Joe Cordina. And the
Dubois' job was fantastic, drilling the jab. AJ was stopping him. And I said to Joe, I said, he needs...
Why does this guy have, Bob? Is that like massive herpes all over his mouth? Why does his mouth look like that?
I think it's probably just razor bumps from like shaving
He
badly.
needs to relax. He's shaving a little too rough there, man.
more right hands round on top. And then the minute he went bang, hit him with a right hand.
I feel like it's like a little kid trying to explain a story to you. And then the dog went bang and he hit the sofa, Mom. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, it's difficult to understand what he's saying.
It is.
He got nailed himself on it. Incredible.
Was it a matter of the minute AJ shot and a little bit like the Ruiz fight, he never just got it back?
Well, you know, I was always a pressure fighter. And there's nothing that worried me when I was pressuring, when someone drilled me. AJ was, and that's why Daniel was coming through him. And I said he needs to start throwing some backhands to stop him in his tracks. And the minute he landed one, Daniel went like that, bang, and the fight was over.
What does this mean?
All right. This is kind of loud. All right, so there's a drunk guy. That's Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton would say later in this interview that that AJ should retire. That's what he said. I'm not gonna go through all his drunken lines for him to say it. Let's see if we get to it.
Nobody in the bar, that'd be a good report. I mean, I'm shell shot there. Just when you thought the tide had turned.
Very quickly, is there any way back for Anthony Joshua?
I don't know. I think he'll stay with his camp, have a talk and everything like that. Maybe not. Personally, as a friend, I'd like to see him retire. He's been a two-way world champion. He's had a fantastic 1996.
All right, so there they go. They're done. His boxing career's over, so AJ should just call it quits at 34 years old. Okay. Stupid. Again, this goes to what we're saying. Everyone just the guy's he don't want to retire. Leave him alone. He's not 100 years old. This is maybe his worst loss, but it was quick. This happens. Fighters get knocked out. Fighters lose. Doesn't mean that some cherry picking bum is better. You know, this guy Dubois, he was a contender. He was a guy who was up. He was a guy that not a contender. He has a title. He's a title, bro. So AJ was trying to get that title, and he fought a stupid fight. He underrated this guy. I mean, this guy's a champion, right? Supposedly. I mean, yeah, like I said, he won a championship belt on fucking headbutts. But still, people, he had a belt. I mean, you got to watch out. You got to fucking watch out. All right, Lennox Lewis has got something to say. All right.
Now, Anthony Joshua here at Wembley Stadium.
Wrong one. 1 second. This is a lot of the reactions to some reactions to the loss.
I'm joined by one of the greatest heavyweights ever, Lennox Lewis. How impressed were you with Dynamite Dubois tonight, Lennox?
Oh, I was very impressed with the way how he came out into the fight. He was positive, he was focused, he was ready. He knew he wanted to go in there and do damage. I mean, you know, he said he's the king, he's the next king, and he's the king right now. Champion right now. Great fight, really impressed, and he did the work. Congratulations to the champ.
Should have been stopped earlier, Lennox.
You know, I always say you gotta give a guy a chance, and Anthony Joshua got a lot of chances out there, but he got hurt really bad with the first punch, and he never really recovered.
Is that?
Yeah, I agree with that. He didn't recover, people. Okay, you want to read some of the comments, Bob?
We have Mateo saying that somebody has 3 layers of chin. I think
Yes.
that's the drunk guy that you were.
Oh,
listening
yes.
to
That was
previously.
That was Mateo. That's Ricky Hatton. That was Ricky Hatton, that drunk guy.
The end for AJ, you think?
I don't think it's the end. He can still, nobody really wants to lose.
Is it the end? Is it the end? They're all saying this. Is it the end? Is it the end? Why do they keep saying this, Bob? Why does it have to be the end? He lost, so it's the end, right?
Because then they can say, oh, well, we picked him to win, but we didn't realize it was the end of his career.
Yes. I said that if he loses again to this guy, maybe he should start considering it. But the way he lost, the way he wasn't using any of his skills, he really was using none of his skills in this fight. He really, this doesn't really tell me that it's the end of his career. What it tells me is that he just got caught. And it happens. It can happen. It happens in boxing. But it's the standard, like I said, Bob, is this Floyd fucking guy. You just run around the ring the whole time. You don't really go for it, right? You don't try to knock your opponent out. You just kind of run around the ring like a bitch the whole time, and your defense first. But yeah, I mean, AJ didn't use defense at all at this fight. So I would say use some defense, but don't fight like a bitch.
Retire on a loss, so he may come back.
Last one, Lennox. I know you want to go. How does he fare with the winner of Fury Usyk, Dubois?
I think he fares well. I mean, he's pretty positive right now, and the next goal he wants to be is undisputed champ.
Lennox, you're a gent. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so some of the guys aren't completely down on him. That's cool that they know there's still hope. I mean, Lennox Lewis fought some beasts, and he himself was knocked out, as we showed you early on. He was knocked out. So that's good. You know, I want to see the rematch. Let's see the rematch. Redemption, right? I'm hearing all these people saying that that Joshua should go and fucking rebuild himself, or have like 4 fights and then fight this guy again. That's stupid. Just fucking fight the guy in an immediate rematch. All right. All right. So we got Tyson Fury has a few words about this as well. Here we go.
Shane, Tyson, shocking result. What do you guys think?
Very good fight. Joshua again went up in my book again, even to seeing what took place. He went out in his shield. You can't ask anything else about that. To him.
Tyson, your reaction?
Yes, Tyson.
It's heavyweight boxing, boys. It happens. Shit happens. You get knocked spark out. It could have been me. It could have been you. It could have been anybody. In the heavyweight division, it's what happens. One punch away from being smashed, knocked out.
What went wrong, you feel, with the game plan that Joshua had in that first round?
I think what went wrong is what always goes wrong in heavyweight boxing. Good right hand on the end of the chin. And that was it.
Exactly, and that is true. I mean, Dubois hit him right on the fucking button. What people don't understand is a lot of fighters don't hit you as clean as that. He got hit right on the chin.
Back from this, Tyson.
I don't know. Listen, it's up to the man and whatever he wants to do. If he's got a good ambition to come back again and do what he's got to do, I don't know. Listen, he'll have to make his own decisions. He's a big boy, isn't he?
What did you really think? You didn't give us your opinion earlier, but generally, Bart, what did you think was going to happen tonight?
I thought it was a 50-50 fight. God's honest truth. Dubois a lot younger, isn't he? He's 26, 7-year-old. The other man's 35, same age as me. Age don't wait for anybody, does it?
I mean, Dubois, I didn't think Dubois was going to win just because I think AJ's technically better. He's also a bigger puncher, but Dubois can punch, especially when he hits you on the button like that, right? AJ was just fighting a stupid fight. But yes, just like Tyson Fury said, it is heavyweight boxing. Anybody can take a good shot and go out. I mean, look, Tyson Fury got dropped by Francis Ngannou, an MMA fighter who had 0 boxing fights. Yeah, he had some MMA, he had some decent hands for MMA, but I mean, he wasn't a pro level boxer. And then when you saw AJ come in there versus Ngannou and actually treated Ngannou like he was more dangerous than Dubois, and that's why AJ, you know, he sparked the guy out really quick. That fight was what, 2 rounds, I think? I think it was a 1.5 rounds or something. All right, I got one more video over here. Let's see this. All right, so we got Usyk over here talking about the fight and what went wrong. Okay, here we go.
All right, champ. What happened there, brother?
I don't know.
And the thing is, you've beaten all of them. So what's gonna happen now? Who are you gonna fight? Maybe me?
No, I'm ready to fight.
I'm ready. How shocked are you, Alexander?
I'm not shocked because it's boxing, but Daniel Dubois today will be better.
What was the difference? Does he really punch that hard? Obviously, you shared the ring with both men.
Listen, you know, and then you have one problem because this position is dangerous. If you wanna do step back like this, not like this, because this is dangerous. We see.
Why is Usyk cosplaying as a cholo?
He's just explaining the.
Why is Usyk cosplaying as a cholo?
I don't know.
He needs like one pant leg rolled up with a tube sock and a bandana of some description.
He's dressed up. He's saying that he doesn't like the way that AJ is pulling back, and I said the same thing when we were watching the fight. I was watching it on my channel. It was kind of like a rushed video. I was actually literally put it on after the first round. I wasn't even planning on doing a live stream of that fight because I thought it was going to be a blowout.
We were coming back from something that day, right?
Yes, we were coming back, I think, from a wedding or something. I don't remember. Yeah, and AJ was just fighting really stupidly. And so I was pointing this out, what Usyk is saying, which is pulling back, straight back with his chin up in the air.
Footwork, he's saying the footwork was the issue.
The footwork was the issue, the mentality was the issue, everything was the issue. I thought I was seeing the man who has the face of AJ, but has a completely different inside. I mean,
you see, he's saying this because he fought him. You know, not him, not the fat guy in left. Usyk fought AJ, and he knows this is out of character for him. He's saying the mentality is wrong, and yes, the mentality was wrong. The mentality was, I'm just going to come in there with my hands down and just try to blow you out after you've knocked me down. Everything was wrong in that fight, everything. And then Usyk's pointing this out. You know, the chin up in the air. It's just all wrong, people. The guy just didn't look right, and this is why I'm picking AJ to win in a rematch in devastating fashion. I think he'll knock Dubois out in a rematch. So this whole thing about he just needs to retire, I think is ridiculous.
it didn't look the way we expected him to look. It didn't look the way, I don't know, maybe the matter is straight. Did you see his right hand? It was all the way on his chest. So his chin was up. And it was like, you know, like a fairy tale for any boxer, not just for Dubois, for everyone.
What do you think they both men should do next?
Что ты думаешь, дальше они будут делать?
I don't think about it. I don't know.
You know, if you beat Tyson in December, they're going to want that rematch.
If you beat Tyson in the rematch.
I have to say if.
No. When? When?
See, his English is getting good. You understand that? Yeah?
Yes. When I win second time with Tyson Fury, I don't know what next. I wanna rest with my family, with my.
They're trying to line this guy up with Duchit. Duchit loves to do punch in the penis. This is what he fucking does. And this guy actually said Usyk at the end of that Dubois fight that he wanted to beat the shit out of him in the parking lot, because they were like, hey Usyk, are you gonna rematch him? And Usyk's like, yes, I'll rematch him right now in the parking lot. Right now, I'll go outside and we'll have a street fight. That's what he felt like, and rightfully so. I mean, look, this guy punched him in the dick. Who knows? And what was it, like over 10 times? As hard as he could throw him, he was landing them. But those weren't real low blows, right, Bob? Those were all mistakes.
Lapse in
it was
concentration.
a lapse in concentration.
Lapse in concentration, and I'm aiming for the body, but I've just aimed too low.
Yes.
My children, I wanna go to mount like a ski.
Space trip.
Space trip. Yeah.
Skiing is dangerous.
I know.
Boxing is dangerous as well.
But boxing too dangerous. But I pray and gonna ski. No problem.
When did you speak to Tyson today? Did you guys talk to each other today?
A little bit, yeah.
What did he say?
How are you? Blah blah.
That has nothing to do with this fight. I don't know why he's bringing it up. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead. He says some other stuff about the this fight, I think. Let's see.
Any last words to your fans and fans around the world? The fans love you in London. Any last
Yes,
message?
of course. I too love my London fans. My London fans, I love you.
See you soon.
All right, so that has nothing to do with it. You guys heard it. They're saying AJ's fighting outside of his usual construct. He's not fighting within his style. He's fighting out of character. What do you think of that, Bob?
I mean, I think that that's true. Like, because I don't think that historically AJ is the guy to, not take his opponent seriously. I think that this was a major miss on his part. And I don't even necessarily know that it was his team. I think that he just in his mind was like, this guy's nothing. And then, Dubois actually came in like, wait a second.
Yes.
Like, I want this. I actually want this.
Let's have a
and
few
the truth came out in the wash, man. You cannot take a professional fighter. You cannot take a professional heavyweight fighter lightly. You cannot just assume because you've sparred with him that it's just trash garbage, that it's going to be cake.
Yeah, it's going to be a cakewalk. You shouldn't have done that. We're going to watch the post-fight interview with AJ in the ring. He's going to hopefully explain some of what went wrong in there. I think he does.
Anthony. We knew that this was going to be a tough fight, right? Regardless of what the bookie said and what the casual boxing fan said, it was always going to be a tough fight for you, AJ. What went wrong there tonight?
The opponent
but credit to him and his team. We rolled the dice at success and we come up short, but I want to say...
Hey, Sonny Dan, when I heard him say that, I was like, what the fuck? You rolled the dice. You shouldn't be rolling dice. This should not be all about luck. Rolling dice it's all luck. Boxing's not supposed to be all luck. It's supposed to be, like, I'd say 10% luck, 90% skill. What do you think of that, Bob?
Are you starting to sing that song from Eminem about spaghetti?
Is that what Eminem says?
He has a song where he starts with that.
I'm
Hold on, I have to go find it.
I feel really unhappy that you told me it sounds
Keep my cool and keep very professional and give the respect to my...
But an idiot. You're an idiot. An energetic idiot. But an idiot. You're an idiot.
Opponent.
We've seen you come back from defeats before, right? To win titles before. We've seen you rebuild before as well. I know it's a tough question to ask after that type of fight, but we are going to see another
What is it, Bob?
It's actually, there is an Eminem song where he has that, but the song that I was thinking about is the Linkin Park song, Remember the Name.
What's the name?
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will. That's literally the beginning of a Linkin Park song.
Yeah, I mean, in this fight, Dubois was not a beta. He wasn't a beta! And I'd say AJ also wasn't a beta! But the problem is that in his non-beta-ness, he was fighting a lot like Matt Damon. That's what he was doing, people. That's really what he was doing. He had the passion.
Are you saying he guitar heroed his way to victory?
No, I'm saying he guitar heroed his way into a loss. He pressed all the fucking buttons on the guitar, and he lost.
I was taking it all in.
All right, secondary question.
No Diddy.
Yeah. People, don't we, AJ?
Yeah, I think, you know what it is, before I came here, I'm always saying to myself, I'm a fighter for life. We rolled the dice at success and we came up short, and we roll it again, innit? If you know what I mean, we keep rolling the dice.
Was it mistakes in there tonight, or was Daniel Dubois just too sharp, too on a good performance? That was a firefight. Eddie, very quickly.
And that was the problem, people. It was a firefight. And it wasn't correct. He threw this big right hand with his left hand down to his fucking, he had it down to his waist. And he threw a big right hand, and Dubois punched with him. Well, all right, yes, it's a dangerous fight, but it's very winnable. It really is. We're going to watch some of the highlights from the fight. What do you think of this, Bob?
I mean, I think it's an unfortunate situation.
Yes.
But I am curious to see the comeback.
Yes. I mean, I don't want to see some stupid, like, rebuild as they keep bringing up. Like, he's going to have, like, 4 or 5 fights and then come back. Like, I just want to see him have the rematch. That's it. All he's got to do is get in the gym and work the basics. We're going to watch some of AJ's his reaction after the fight. This is at the post-fight press conference.
Gets dropped, tries to recover his feet and just goes to war, basically, with no legs, and finds a way back into the fight and then walks onto one. So it's heavyweight boxing, and that's the dangers of this fight. We said before, you know, Frank was talking about Hagler Hearns. I mean, you know, it takes a lot of beating that kind of fight, but it was a thriller. And, you know, we just felt that maybe the tide was about to change, but you have to give Daniel credit. I'm going to pass the mic to AJ. I've explained you wanted to come and do this. I told you not to, but you always do it.
All right, there he is, people. He's not in the hospital. He didn't even get completely knocked out. He lost his senses. For the most part, he couldn't get up. So I'll say, yeah, he was knocked out. It wasn't a TKO. It was a knockout. It was not here's a TKO. Wait, give me a second. I have a TKO clip here. I want to show you guys. I made it the other day. Give me one moment. Where the F is it? Here it is. So yeah, AJ looked like that, sort of, but like on his face. He couldn't get up, people. Yeah.
We're not going to take questions, but you wanted to say a few words.
Firstly, always walk with your head high. We took a shot at success and we came up short, unfortunately. We rolled the dice, man.
He just keeps saying that. Every time he said that, I was like, what are you talking about? That boxing's not about rolling no dice. So This guy in the comments saying this, it's like, yeah, that's some bullshit. You should never be saying that. You never hear him say this in any other fight. Where's he getting this dumb idea where he's saying we're rolling the dice? I don't know if I've ever heard a fighter say this, Bob. Rolling the dice.
It's very odd.
I mean, it's good. I mean, it's if it's a fighter who has no skill, right? And he's completely outmatched, and yeah, you roll the dice. But you're rolling the dice versus a guy who's like, you know, he's inexperienced. Like Dubois, he hasn't fought like the level of competition that AJ's fought. So why are you rolling the dice versus Dubois, bro?
For the third time. That's 13 world title fights. Not everyone's been successful, but everyone's been fun and entertaining. We're trying to create history for British boxing, and I think we're doing that. And also I appreciate all the press, media. The fans aren't here, but I thank them through you guys. I'm sure you guys will let them know that we're appreciating their support. And probably you're asking, do I still want to continue fighting? Of course I want to continue fighting. That's what I said is, we took a shot at success and we came up short. And what does that mean now? We're going to run...
I think it's really funny that people keep saying this to him. You know this, Bob? And like I said, it goes back to what I said about perfection. They want him to be fucking perfect. He can't. He's the only human, people. I love how Terrence Crawford, they suck his balls, and all this guy did is cherry pick his entire career. And he's older than AJ. He's 37, about to be 38, and he's done almost nothing. He's cherry picked his whole career. And he lost his last fight. I thought he lost to that guy, Madrimov. I thought he lost him. No one once asked him, are you going to fucking retire? And that's what it is. It's because he's supposedly undefeated. And so they never asked this question. But for AJ, you know, he's in a hard fight. He's a fucking heavyweight. He lost. There you go, people. Why? How many times? I mean, do these interviewers not have an imagination, Bob? Why do they have to keep asking the same fucking question? What is this?
I think it's just they're interested in a particular narrative that they can use to piggyback other narratives. They don't care. They don't have any sort of investment into AJ as a person or as a fighter. They don't care about seeing a comeback. They don't care about seeing any of that. They want to be on to the next thing. And they're going to try to get some muckraking out of this. They're going to try to get some like gotchas and some sound bites and then move on to the next because they do not care.
Yes. And I have seen it. They don't have any imagination. These motherfuckers are just, they don't give a shit about the sport. They just need something to say, so they rip each other's questions off. And they've asked this guy a million fucking times, are you going to retire? Are you going to retire? Are you going to retire? AJ, are you going to retire? You retiring? And they all just say the same stupid shit. Fighters lose, people. Manny Pacquiao got knocked out one time versus a guy that he had beat 3 times. He gave that motherfucker way more fights than he should have. Right? Marquez. Mm-hmm. Manny Pacquiao didn't have to fight that guy 4 times. He could have stopped fighting him after the first fight because he owned him in that first fight. Completely owned him. Ownage. But he did it over and over again. And when Manny got knocked out, they also said the same shit. They said the same fucking thing. And what happened? Manny came back at 40 years old and got another title. 40. It can happen, people. It's happened in boxing history. This guy's career does not have to be over. All right? It doesn't.
No way.
If anything, he can, since they're building this up and making it like he's a piece of trash, throw him in the garbage, everyone's going to be shocked when he comes back and knocks Dubois out. And they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I always thought he would win.
Live to fight another day. And that's what I'm a warrior. And also, before I finish, we have to give credit to our opponent as well, Daniel. Even though when I sign up to fight opponents, I don't really like him in my head anymore. But now it's done. I take my hat off to him and say, well done, Tim and his team. And also thank you to my team as well for the way they prepared me. There was a few mistakes in there, but that's the name of the game. Fine margins can cost you at a...
All right, yeah. Look, Bob. Yes. We rescored the Manny Pacquiao Marquez fight. Manny surely schooled Marquez in that first fight. He 100% schooled him. He beat him. He outpointed him. He won the majority of the rounds, and he dropped him 3 times. Well, I mean, what would you call that? I would call that ownage. He owned him.
Unless the other person, the person who got dropped 3 times, knocks the person who dropped them out, I don't understand how you could say that person.
I mean, how many times more does he have? How much more punishment did he have to put on Marquez? Marquez's face in that first fight was a mess of lumps. His nose was surely destroyed, broken into pieces, and he was dropped 3 times and beat the majority of the rounds. All right, Bob's going to step away for a minute. And yeah, so he was pretty owned. If you want to see our take on that fight, we just put out a rescore the other day on that Marquez Manny 1. We're going to be rescoring all the fights, except for probably the 4th, which I thought Manny was winning the 4th as well before the knockout loss.
The top level. So thank you.
Mm.
Is that all good? That all good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Thank you guys again. Much appreciated.
He needs to get rid of that coach, possibly Ben Davidson, whatever the fuck his name is. That guy's not helping him. I don't think there's a good look for him. He probably should go back with Robert Garcia, or that other guy, the guy that trains Earl Spence, or maybe even like Freddie Roach or something. Why are you training with this guy? This guy, he didn't do much for Tyson Fury, right? And he's not doing much for you. I mean, AJ's fighting really poorly. We're gonna watch some clips from this fight, and hopefully they don't pull the fucking video. But before we get to those clips, remember to subscribe to The Real Food TV. It is the greatest channel known to man, people. It really is. Like I said, this channel truly is. It's a I forgot what I call it. It's a give me 1 second. I wish I had my slot button. I would have hit the slot button. This channel truly is
Matt Damon.
No, it's not fucking Matt Damon. It's not Matt Damon, people. It's not Matt Damon. It's not. It's not. It's actually. It's not fucking Beta, man. I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Shit. Fuck. I'm gonna get there eventually. I'm gonna hit the right button, people. Okay, this channel truly is. Shit. It's not a TKO. It's not a fucking TKO. What the F? I'm kicking my own ass here, people. I'm kicking my own ass.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
It's not a piece of shit, asshole. This channel truly is a fucking KO. All right, man. Watch our rescores. We rescored that Manny Pacquiao Marquez 1. We're going to be doing the other ones, just so you know. If you want to get on here, I'm going to show you our scorecard. Well, actually, I can't show it right now. Nah, I'll show you later. Watch the video. It's on the channel. You can watch our rescore. And if you want, you can join us on the next rescore if you like. All right? Marquez clearly got completely owned in that first Manny Pacquiao fight. We'll tell you our opinions on the other fights as we score them, obviously. All right. So there was Anthony Joshua talking about, his feelings on his loss. Rolling the dice. Not a good thing to roll the dice, people. Especially when you're a better fighter. We're going to be watching the highlights in the fight right now. Hopefully they don't remove our fucking video. All right. 1 second, please. See if I can use my drawing pad for some of this stuff. Fuck. I just closed the damn video by accident. 1 second, people. I'm restoring it. Oh, there's a green screen. Sorry about that. All right. I gotta pull this video up again now. Okay. Trying to keep my drawing pad so I can actually draw. And then everything's turning green. I wish you wouldn't do that. Technical difficulties, people. Mother effing technical difficulties. All right. Oh, what the fuck is going on? I'm getting like all kinds of messages popping up on my screen. I wish that didn't happen, and now it's turning green. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna have to close this thing. It just keeps jumping. All right, sorry, people. Give me 1 second. Okay, there you go.
But you're both in the dressing room. Not expect at our professions at all times. Obey my instructions and watch it. Any questions? Let's go to work.
Just pushing with that jab there, Josh. You're not really finding out.
All right. Okay, we're going to keep this in the small screen. Maybe it'll give me a better chance of not getting my video removed.
Pushing with that jab there, Josh. You're not really
As you guys could see here, Anthony Joshua's hands are fucking down. Right off the bat. I mean, this is towards the end of the first round. His hands are completely down. Dubois also is very hittable. I called this in my breakdown. He's very hittable. Straight right hand would have been right in Dubois' face. Watch what Dubois does here. Look at this. AJ should have hit him with a right hook. Instead, he's trying to come in with the uppercut. It looks like he touched him. Dubois comes in with his head. He smashes AJ with a head. I'm going to put this in the full screen. All right, AJ coming a big right hook. Doesn't even set it up, and then he ducks with his hands, left hand down to his, down to his knee. There he goes, and he circles to the right with his hands down. He just doesn't bring his hands up. And he eats the shot, obviously, because his fucking hands are down. Why are your hands always down, bro? He circles with his hands down. Very similar to the Lennox Lewis fight that you guys saw earlier. Lennox Lewis was backing up with his hands down. And he ate his shot, very similar, by the ropes. It's amazing the shot didn't knock AJ out. It was a very powerful, really powerful short right hand. He caught him. Look, he could barely stand. He's stumbling everywhere. Okay, give 1 second. I gotta turn this whore music off. It's a bit annoying. Too many whores in the house, people. Okay, we got the end of the round. AJ sticking his tongue out, it looks like to me. Right? Is that what he's doing there? Let's see. We're going to see a close-up of this. A little playful. He caught a good shot. Yeah, he's sticking his tongue out. As you guys can see there. Tongue is out. Let me see if I take my drawing pad back out. Hopefully it doesn't destroy everything. Okay, I'm going to take out my drawing pad. I'm sorry that it did that. Drawing pad's fucking up a little bit. Oh, this is all fucked up. I do not know what this is doing right now. Sorry, people. Give 1 second. My drawing pad is blocking my fucking screen. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because it's fucking up royally. All right, so AJ is sticking his damn tongue out. You guys can see that. It's fucking out. It's a tongue and it's out. He's eating this big right hand. Taking a step back with his hands down. Boom. I mean, you want to duck. You want to duck under that instead of ducking. Instead of putting his hands up or ducking, instead he pulls straight back with his hands down. He should have brought his hand up. He should have brought his left hand up in order to block this or to duck down. Instead, he just watched the shot come in and hit him. It came from low. Maybe he didn't see her in the crowd. He looks very unhappy. Maybe he put money on this, but I think he's friends with AJ. This stuff here was actually very illegal. Right? Let me show you. 1 second, please. All right, we're going to watch this last bit here where AJ gets knocked down. AJ's up on the ropes. The only thing that's holding him up are these ropes, it looks like almost. Or he's bent. Actually, he's bent. He's bent down. Dubois pushed his head down. And he's hitting him while he's bent. I mean, really, I don't know. But, I mean, yeah, the thing is that what the ref should have stopped here is he should have stopped Dubois from pushing him into the ropes like this. Yeah, AJ's bending, but Dubois is pushing him further back. Now Dubois is trying to push his head down. I'm trying to explain this because a lot of people actually thought this was a knockdown. The reason this wasn't called a knockdown is because Dubois pushed him down. That's the reason his hands touched that ground. His hands touched the ground because he was pushed down. The ref cuts him up. Really, the referee should have broke the action right there. Because his hands touched the ground. He should have gave Dubois a warning for pushing him down. Because now he's muddying the water. You know, if you want to knock him down, then you hit him with a punch and knock him down. You don't push him down. So look, he pushes him down. And then he throws a punch why he's got this fucking guy pushed down. So AJ's not even able to get up yet, and this guy's trying to hit him with a left hook while he's fucking bent over with his hands on the ground. This is incredibly illegal, people, and the referee should have really called it. And I understand AJ is hurt, but you don't finish fighters like this using these illegal tactics. You don't hit a motherfucker after you push his head down, and then you try to hit him with a left hook while his hands are on the ground. Shit. So he falls up on the ropes, right? He eats his short left hook. I'm going to go back to the small screen before they kill my fucking stream. The zone doesn't fuck around. All right, I'm going to check the stream and see if the shit is still up. So I'm realizing I'm running a DAZN fight and I'm showing a lot of it. But I mean, I'm showing a lot of this highlight reel. All right, so over here, we'll see again. Right here, when he goes up on those ropes, you see that? that could possibly call the knockdown. The referee, if I was a ref, I probably would have called a knockdown on that because his legs are gone. I got to see the legs again. The rule in boxing is if the toes are up, then it's a knockdown. So let's see the way he falls backwards. Look at his feet. His foot went up. Both feet. I mean, I would have called that a knockdown pretty much. That's a knockdown. And right here, what's happening is that AJ is stunned. Instead of calling it and giving him a standing 8 count, the referee allows it to continue. And yes, you push the guy's head down. That is not a knockdown. The knockdown was when he fell up on those ropes. As soon as his back hit those ropes, it should have been a knockdown. It literally, all this right here, if you notice, I think he's being held up by these ropes. I think he's hurt here. And the referee let that continue on. Now we've gone into round 4. Again, this guy's been stunned since the first round. You know, he's knocked out. Let's see if that was a knockdown. Because I know there was a shot in here that they were saying was a knockdown when it wasn't. This was a, what do you call it? It's a trip. Because he had lost his legs. His legs are gone. All right. All right, so over here, you see that left hook that didn't land. This guy's legs are completely gone. And this, once again, this is a reason why you got to watch. You got to fucking watch yourself. AJ especially. He's got to watch to not eat these shots because a punch didn't drop him. So maybe he's just trying to get it back for the other round. We're gone. He actually, for a second there, was using decent footwork. If you notice, where was this AJ? Look, this guy, now he brings out the real AJ. What are we in here? We're 4 rounds into the fight, and now the real AJ's coming out. But he got no legs. The damage is already done. You can see something like rose up in him. He's like, fuck, I'm fucking around too much. And he tried to use his movement, and then he fell over. As he crosses his legs, nice right hand. You see, hands are still down. Why the fuck are your hands down, AJ? If you fight this guy again, you need to bring your fucking hands up. When you step in, you got to bring your fucking hands up, bro. Look, he eats a jab because he's coming in straight lines. He's not taking his head off the line. He's underestimated this guy. That's very what I think. Look, he sees he's got him rocked, right? And he could have finished him here if he would have came in properly. Dubois taking steps back intelligently. Dubois is being intelligent as well. AJ didn't expect Dubois to punch with him. Look, he's just literally just trying to lay him out. AJ throwing a straight right hand. Dubois is turning to the left. AJ's left hand is down. This is not a good idea. Dubois is getting ready to throw a big right hook. Boom, and he comes back with right hook. He's just basically turning it over, right? So basically he's kind of loading the shot so he can catch some of it. He'll possibly catch a good amount of that on his shoulders. Not this time, but he's going to move with AJ right here. He's going to load up this right hand. See, he goes right here. That's it. And actually, that's a very short right hand. And he punches with AJ. Right here, boom. He just punches with him. And he got him right on the button. This guy was landing perfect on the button in this fight. Right here, you just punch with him. Any fighter knows this, people. This is basic. Even Dubois is making big mistakes here because, look, he does the right hand with his left hand down. So if AJ simply had his fucking left hand up and threw this right hand, he might have actually, this might have been a whole different story. This might have been a whole different... Look, he does the same mistake twice, but the second time, AJ comes back with an uppercut, which is even worse than throwing the right hand. So, like, hands are down, bro. All you had to do was bring the left hand up. That's all AJ had to do here is bring his left hand up. He'll know in the rematch. But there's these simple mistakes. I'm going to knock him out, but his defense, there's no defense. He's just throwing these right hands with his defense down. The whole time, his defense is down. That Dubois sees this. You think Dubois does not see that this motherfucker has his left hand down the whole time? He sees it. Boom. He hits him one time. Now AJ still doesn't learn from it. It's like, bro, because he's fighting completely on emotions. And like he has no respect for this guy. This is what it is. Even though he's been caught, he has no respect for this man. And this is what I find crazy. This is what I find crazy about wait, sorry people. This is what I find crazy about this fight, that people don't see that AJ wouldn't think that this dude would not know that he's making these mistakes. Obviously, this guy fought Usyk. This guy trains. And also, it just doesn't make any sense that AJ isn't drilling this stuff. It doesn't make sense that a guy who's a pro-level boxer would not be using these basic blocking techniques. This is what I found so crazy about this fight. It's like, what is this guy doing in the gym? What is he doing? He's not blocking correctly. I can show you side-by-side comparisons of this fight and the Francis Ngannou fight, and it's like night and day. This guy took Francis Ngannou more serious than he took Dubois. And so he eats his right hand. Of course. I'll show it one more time, people. Look. one last time. Obviously, you guys can see this. Anybody who knows boxing can see this. Here comes the right hand. Watch. Shit, sorry about that. He lands the right hand. His left hand is down. He got chin checked. Chin checked. Dubois' accuracy was on point in this fight. He got fucking chin checked. He was getting chin checked the whole fight. Bro, you got to put that fucking left hand up and get your chin. Do I use your chin up in the air? Again, boom, he comes in, chin up in the air, right hand comes. Dubois lands the same shot twice in a row. Like, again, AJ is fighting like an amateur. Dubois chin checked you. Does that not tell you to bring your left hand up, bro? Bring your left hand up. Here goes, chin check. Here comes a chin check. Boom. Now you know. Bring your hands up. But I guess he was taking it. He's like, bro, that didn't hurt. And he couldn't bring those hands up. He's underestimating his opponent. So for many reasons, I picked AJ to win in a rematch. I don't know. We got some robots on the screen. They cut that off. That's really all she wrote, people. This was what it was. AJ slacking. He's slacking. He's fighting like a fucking idiot. That's what he's doing. But actually, I think this is going to generate a good amount of money for the rematch. I do not want to see Dubois fight Usyk again because I think Dubois doesn't deserve it. Not for what he did before this fight. He beat a guy, like I said, many, many times. He beat a man with illegal headbutts. He was acting like a total beta. That's what he's doing. He's being a beta. Beat a guy with low blows, illegal shots, and headbutts. Those are illegal too. They're all illegal, people. But it's not really illegal.
Lapse in concentration.
It's just a lapse in concentration, isn't it? That's all it is.
Lapse in concentration, and I'm aiming for the body, but I've just aimed too low.
Yeah, you just aim too low. You're throwing dick combinations. You're throwing a left dick punch, and then another left dick punch, and then that left hook to the head. This guy's in certain fights, he's throwing a headbutt, dick punch combinations. That's fucking crazy. All right, we got Sentient Flapjack in the comments. You're still online? I don't even know how long I've been online. I got to check. Give me 1 second, people. I got to check how long I've been on. So, yeah, that was it, people. I think AJ definitely could win in a rematch. Give me 1 second. I just changed I shouldn't have done that because I just fucked with the comments. Okay. Yes, I mean, I think in a rematch he definitely could win, and I would actually pick him in the rematch because I think he's going to come in very similar to the way he did versus Andy Ruiz in that rematch. He's going to come in and he's going to fight correct. It'll be interesting, and this is not the first time this happened to this man. When he fought Andy Ruiz, no one thought he was going to beat him in the rematch, even though I actually picked Andy Ruiz to beat AJ in that first fight. And I thought in many ways he might have actually outpointed him in the rematch. But, it's questionable. I thought it was kind of close. They didn't. I think we've gone through a lot of these comments already. All right. So, I mean, you guys, anybody want to answer the question? Are the standards for boxers today superhuman? Do you guys really think it's, is it okay for them to take a loss? Why do they always have to be... Why do we always got to just throw them in the garbage after they take a loss? I mean, and this has happened more than one time in this man's career. All right. Okay, so I'd like to see AJ come back. I'd like to see him fight Dubois in a rematch, and then I'd like to see him go on and fight Tyson Fury. I wouldn't mind to see him fight Wilder. If people really thinks he's at the end of his career, why not just fight Wilder, right? There's options for this guy. He's got some options. He really does, mother effers. Remember to subscribe to the Real Food TV, people.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
It's AJ, dude. He's just human. He's only human, mother effers. That's all he's ever been. Be proud of the fact he's human. Don't try to turn this guy into some god, and if he fails, then you just throw him under the fucking bus because you want him to be perfect. All right? The fight wasn't quite a bloodbath, but it was a shit bath. I guess he was fighting like shit. That's all I'm saying. He was fighting like fucking shit. He really was. But at least he's not Canelo.
I'm not ready to talk about other fights. And I don't really asking for anything. I'm good.
And that's fair, Canelo. You earned the right. You earned the right to dictate your career and what you want to do. You earned the right.
Yeah.
Canelo, you earned the right. You earned the right to cherry pick. Canelo, isn't it right that you earned the right to cherry pick?
Beta! Fucking betas. That's what they are, people. They're fucking betas. They look just like Matt Damon. They look just like Matt Damon, and they all got to piss.
my.
You have to piss.
Help me.
All right, people. We're going to be getting out of here in a couple of minutes. I want to thank you all for coming here. Sorry if it's very clip heavy. I just wanted to kind of create the narrative, show you guys that they're all railing against this man. People, just let him have his loss and learn from it. Shit happens. You can see he's fighting outside of his abilities. And by that, I mean he's fighting like a fucking idiot. He's not fighting to his potential. So not even potential, he showed us what he's got. And he could beat Dubois. That ain't a hard fight, people. This guy went 24 rounds with Usyk, the greatest heavyweight in the fucking world. Dubois quit versus Usyk on a jab. And I know styles make fights, people, but Usyk's style is the style that beats all styles. All right? And he went 24 rounds with that guy. This guy, Dubois, has a punch. He's a heavyweight. He did well. He was on point on that night. He was on point, and AJ made all the mistakes to allow him to take advantage, to allow him to use his power, his best attribute. Because Dubois in this fight, he was actually pretty accurate, but AJ didn't make himself hard to find. That was the whole thing. Maybe that's why Dubois was as accurate as he was. All right? AJ was pulling back in straight lines, putting his chin in the air, jumping it straight into jabs, not taking his head off the line and leaving his hands down. This is why he was eating those punches, people. This is why he was not hard to find. He wasn't fighting to the best of his ability. And he does have more layers than what he showed you on Saturday. There's way more layers. I want to see that rematch. I don't think this guy's finished. He's not. All right. I'm going to see if anyone else has anything to say over here. Any of you guys want to jump on the panel? You can get on the panel, people. I can put my Discord link in there if you guys want to get on here. Give it a couple more minutes. All right, people. You can start. You write in the comments after the fight, after the video. Are the standards for boxers today superhuman? Back in the past, guys would have wars, people. They would fight 2-3 times. It wasn't like this post-Floyd era of boxing where these guys fucking cherry pick because the fans are just so fucking messed up. And the media, they're the ones that feed this as well, just to build these false narratives. So then so basically the promoters can create, and the networks can create these fake superstars, these fake legends. Because if the standard is simply not losing, then it's not too hard to create these, it's not hard to manufacture more Floyd Mayweathers if you make that the standard. So this whole idea of, no L's by any means is actually allowing the sport to rob you of all the super fights, because the promoters are thinking more about their bottom line than they're thinking about the entertainment and the legitimacy of this sport. So people just need to respect the fact that Dubois won. That's great. You won, bro. Give this man his rematch. He gave you this superstar status right now. I'm pretty sure Dubois is riding high. So give this guy his rematch. And if AJ knocks you out, let's hope AJ gives Dubois his rematch. Unlike Lennox Lewis, which Lennox Lewis never gave Rahman his rematch. It would only be fair to do that. He should have gave that guy another fight. But I mean, AJ's got some options, people. He got some options. He got the Dubois. He's got a Dubois fight. Possibly if he beats Dubois, he can go on to fight Tyson Fury. And if he beats Tyson Fury, if Usyk's still around, maybe you fight Usyk. And Usyk's going to be kind of old at that point. But I'm pretty sure people would buy it again. They would buy it again a third time. Why not, people? Why not? There's been other fights in history. I think it was Holyfield and Riddick Bowe. It was Riddick Bowe, right? They had like 3 fights, I think. Let's do it, people. What's wrong with having why not trilogies and 4 or 5 fights? Why not fighters have all these fights? Especially these two guys. It'd be great. But I think AJ's gonna possibly blow him out in a rematch. He's just not gonna make all these mistakes. He's just gonna take him out. He has the remedy, people. He has the remedy. All right, Bob is back, everyone. She's going to give out her closing statements before we get the F out of here. All right. All right, Bob. So what's going on?
Sorry, I had to go deal with our million dogs being douchebags.
All right, Bob. So what do you think about Bob didn't get to see the highlights. You want to see some of the highlights, Bob, for a second? I mean, they already saw it. You saw it. AJ got he got finished. Yeah, you saw it. So what do you think? What do you think's next for AJ? Should he retire, Bob? Should he retire or should he fight? Rematch Dubois?
I think he should rematch Dubois. I think he should not wait a super long time to do it. I do not think he should retire.
I don't think he's at the right age to do what these idiots want him to do, which is they want him to do some like rebuilding process where he has like fucking 10 fights. Like that, to me, that's ridiculous. That's just wasting his time. All he needs is to go in the gym and just work on the basics. That's it. Just basics. Blocking him, which is just, this is again, I've said this so many times. This is what is just weird to me, that this stuff isn't just burnt into his head. When you throw a punch with one hand, you block with the other hand. It's always blocking or slipping. This is how you box. Blocking and slipping. You always throw a punch while blocking. In this fight, AJ was not punching and blocking. He was just punching without blocking. He was just trained himself to not block. He made me feel like this. People, that's what I felt like watching this shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
What's up, the tavern?
No, Diddy. Get out of here, Diddy. We know what you did to Justin Bieber. We know what you did, motherfucker. We know what you did. You have anything to say for yourself, Diddy?
It looks like he does not.
Get the fuck out of here, man. All right. What would you say, Bob?
I don't think he needs to rebuild.
No.
I think he just needs to take his opponent seriously.
Yes, he needs to take him seriously. I mean, he had his fucking hands down the whole time. All right, we got the tavern in there. All right, what do you think about this question here, the tavern? Are the standards for boxers today too high, you think? I worded it as superhuman. Are the standards for boxers superhuman? They're not supposed to be human. They're supposed to be the epitome of perfection. I mean, like AJ, look, if AJ, like you look at like Andy Ruiz, he comes in, he's fat, and all they do is shit talk him. The guy beat AJ, and all they could do was shit talk about his fucking weight. Doesn't this go back to the whole thing of the perfection, Bob?
It does. Would you like to take a small jaunt into Bob's conspiracy corner?
Okay, go on.
I think that these standards of perfection are primarily applied to boxers who do not bend the knee and participate in the narrative.
The narrative of what?
I think that you will never see these types of standards applied to like a Canelo or a Mayweather. Boxers who are willing to go along to get along. If you have a boxer who's a bit more honest, I think that their career will be harder and they will be continuously told to retire, have their skills questioned, because you see this kind of the same blueprint of behavior for boxers like that, where any single mistake, any single loss, every single loss, retire. But then you've got guys like Canelo who put on consistently very subpar performances, who openly say that they've done enough and they no longer feel like they should have to take hard fights. And everybody is saying that they are the undisputed GOAT of the universe. So I think that this expectation of perfection, this disproportionately high standard, is only applied to boxers who are more honest in their career. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I think AJ, he's been pretty honest in his career, but I mean, there's probably some dirty dealings going on behind the scenes when it comes to possibly blood tests. The guy is jacked. He's fucking jacked. That Dubois is probably jacked. He's jacked for taking some juice probably. But outside of that, I mean, I feel like the guy takes on almost basically all comers.
That's why I'm saying that they're telling him.
Fights.
But that's literally what I just said.
There's a lot of rivalries between promoters.
I said that because he is pretty honest.
Yes.
He is getting shit on constantly.
No, I mean, he said some questionable stuff when it comes to like race baiting. No, did he?
Right, but that's not necessarily germane to the larger conversation about boxing specifically. He will fight whoever, or he seems to be open to fighting whoever. He does not appear to be, because again, I don't know this man. I know only what I've seen of him. he seems to be somebody who will actually just fight. And we're seeing him get a lot of the same treatment that like a Manny gets. Where it's, oh, you should retire, you're too old, you're
But
this.
Manny came out as like a Christian. Not as a tranny, as a Christian. So they don't like that very much.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that if you're unwilling to play the game and push the narrative in the way that they, being the promoters, want it, then they're going to make it very, very hard for you to succeed.
Yeah, but I don't think AJ's really had too much of an issue succeeding. I think he's done pretty good for himself and for his promoter. He puts on pretty exciting. I think he had some duds when it comes to his fights. After he lost to Andy Ruiz, he fought in a very kind of cowardice kind of way. He didn't bring the action like he used to bring. But he started bringing the action again. In this fight, he tried to bring back the old AJ in some ways, and he's just really not used to fighting that way anymore. That's not really his style anymore. He needs to kind of blend between boxer, puncher. He needs to be a boxer, puncher. Maybe the old AJ could have fought in this style and knocked Dubois out. He would have destroyed Dubois because that was his bread and butter. What Dubois gave AJ the other night was what classic, early AJ, green AJ fought in that style. And he blew out a legend in Klitschko. I'd say the fight shouldn't have been stopped. It was a close fight, and they definitely should have had a rematch. But that was the AJ that he needed on Saturday. That was the AJ that needed to be in that ring if he was going to fight in that fashion, right? But what he needed on that night, when it comes to what he is currently, is that boxer puncher that he was. Even for the Ngannou fight, he fought more intelligent fight. He needs to go back to basics. Come in basics. That's it. The thing is AJ doesn't fight as well on instincts as he used to. He's more of he thinks a lot. A lot of times, this is why I say it's not enough repetition in his camp. He needs to repeat all these different defensive techniques in camp so that when he's not thinking, he's doing these things. Because it seems like in the ring, if he's not actively thinking about defense, he's not doing it. And this is why he's kind of not reactive. He's not as reactive as he should be. I don't think they're drilling these enough in his camp. I'm going to look at some of his heavy bag training, and I'm going to show you guys what they're probably doing. Because even down to the heavy bag training, you should be using proper blocking techniques. If you're not doing that, then you're literally training your brain to not do these techniques. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't train one exercise not using blocking techniques where you're punching and then do another punching exercise where you're doing blocking techniques. You're like teaching yourself something and then unteaching yourself something. That's not how you do it. You always got to be using this stuff, these blocking techniques. And yes, unless you're doing a more aerobic exercise. All right? Give me 1 second. Bob, what do you think about what I just said?
No, I agree. I agree with what you said.
Yes. All right, we're going to watch some of AJ hitting the heavy bag, and I'm going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here. This is, let's see this. This is heavy bag training from 7 years ago. We're going to watch this, and we're going to watch some of his more recent heavy bag training. I'm going to see if there's a difference. We're just going to watch a little bit. We're going to watch compared to what he does now. Give me 1 second. Setting his clip up.
See, they just fly in, don't they? Look. Deep breath, do it again. Feet and legs, everything. Feet and legs.
All right, so this is him training for Klitschko. And look how he's hitting the heavy bag. He's using proper blocking defense. He's using defense.
That's the shots when
Brings it up. It's not perfect, but he brings the hands right up. Jab and the hands always up. You see his coach is making sure he does this. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to always envision that bag as your opponent. So you always got to watch for what's coming back. If you train with your hands down hitting this heavy bag, you're going to train yourself not to block.
Right, they're just flying, alright? So now we're going to get 1-2, then 1-2. And then just defend in between. Take your time. Come on then, let's go. Ready, chin down, upper body. Free legs. Come on then, switch on. In and out of range.
Also, he's moving in and out of range. You didn't see him do that on Saturday, and this is 7 years ago.
Good, nice.
Throws those left hands with his right hand up, right?
Step around.
Throws the left hand with the right hand up.
Around now, little feints with the front. Little fighting to the front now. Good. Upper body, just work the legs. Stepping round, there you go. Beautiful. Do it again. Stepping round, stepping round.
Now he throws a left hand. He's throwing that left hand continuously. Every time he throws a punch, he's blocking the other side. This is correct. This is what you do. Now we're going to watch. Now we're going to watch some of his recent training for this fight. And I'm going to make a wild guess that he is not training like this. I'm going to make a guess. And if he is, he definitely didn't use it in the ring. We're going to see it. I might be wrong, but I'm just guessing that he's not doing this correct, or he's doing another exercise in the gym where he's not doing things correct. This is another video. It's from 4 years ago. I want to find a video that's recent. This is a last minute thing. I wasn't planning on doing this. This is from 6 months ago.
I'm ready.
Right.
Good shows. If it's Usyk.
Okay, I want to see a recent. Did they have a media or workout for this fight?
I'm not sure. I could try to find out.
Yeah, if you could do that, Bob.
Yep. Give me 1 second.
Okay, I'm looking for a video clip of his recent fight, people, because I have a theory that he's not training correctly, because these blocking techniques are just basic. The stuff he's doing in this fight is literally amateurish. It's what an amateur would do. A guy who not even amateur level. These are like, that's the mistakes he was making is stuff that guys do when they just start boxing, when they've just started. They're not even amateur level. This is like what little kids do, or little kids do this. They put their, punch with one hand, have the other hand down. When you do this long enough and you punch and block, it's just burnt into your brain. It's like you can't even barely, it's like it's hard to throw a punch without bringing up your other hand and blocking or rolling. Like, it's just that stuff, those mechanics are burnt into you. Like I said, I always bring up the example of Andy Ruiz in the AJ fight where he was rocked. His brain was rocked. And he came in and he threw I think it was a left hook while having his right hand up versus AJ, and then rolled the comeback that AJ threw. He rolled underneath it. And this is while the guy was dazed and could barely move. Why? Because it was burnt into his brain. It's like walking. You don't think about walking. You just do it. Right? You learn it as a baby and then you don't think about it anymore. All right, so I'm still looking for, I don't see it. I'm going to look up AJ training for.
I see a live workout.
Yes.
Let me send it to you. Hold on. But it's like 4.5 hours long.
Yeah, I'm not going to look at that.
Hold on, I'll tell you what time.
I'm going to see if I can find this. Sorry, people. This is a very last second thing. I'm looking for this heavy bag workout. And it might not be the heavy bag workout. It could have been anything. Could have been in sparring. We don't know where he got these bad tendencies. I don't know what's going on, but he's lacking. Maybe he got whacked in the head and he forgot that he was a boxer. Right? Maybe. All right, I think I see a video of him training with this Davidson guy, and he's not doing too bad. Let's see this, but this is pad work. Weird pad work too. He's training him with boxing gloves on. In a very slow manner too. Very slow. Let's see this. One moment. So here we have this. That's the guy Ben Davidson, I think, right there. I'm not going to play that music, that audio. Give me 1 second, Bob. Would you say you found some information?
I thought I found one, and it looks like it might be it, but it's literally a 4.5 hour live stream. And I was poking around in there trying to figure out like where it was going to happen, but I don't think it would be productive to show it now, because it would be a lot of you just kind of clicking around trying to find something relevant.
Yeah, I know. We're just too Chad. People are too Chad. All right, here we go. Left hook. We're watching some pad work here. Slow stuff, people. This is Ben Davidson, whatever his name is. I think that's his name. This was Tyson Fury's old trainer. I'm noticing something here. You notice this? He throws his right hand. He falls in with his left hand down. This guy should smack him with this fucking glove when he does this. Look at this. Right hand. Where's his left hand? It's down. This is not a good combination, and it's too slow. If you're going to throw this, got to be very explosive. He's doing this in slow motion. Look at this. I'll show you again. He's moving a little bit. Very slow training. Very slow. He falls in, and then he goes for that. The guy he got to start smacking this guy with this glove, right? This is okay, but it's just not good enough. This ain't snappy training. I mean, this looks like he just started training. What is he, Floyd Mayweather over here? What is this shit? He didn't use any of this in the fight. I feel like this... Is this recent? What the fuck is that? When did you ever see AJ using that blocking technique? I don't remember it. Okay, this is him just kind of shadow boxing. Just kind of a stamina stuff. Again, just very slow. This is not very good training. He keeps training this punch here. Look, I'm going to lower this music. He keeps training this. Let's see this. He's throwing this left hook with his fucking chin out. Look. This is terrible. To me, this is terrible. Who throws this? Usually a guy would throw a right hand, then you roll, and then maybe you'll go into a hook. What are you, Mike Tyson over here? I didn't even think you really see Mike do this. Mike would usually roll after that. He'd throw the right hand, roll, and then come with the left hook to the body. Because the problem is if he's not explosive enough, when he comes for this left hook to the body, guess what's coming? A right hook into his face. His left hand's down. He throws this thing wide. Watch. And he goes, oh, shit. Sorry about that. Like, this ain't like a Canelo. Like a Canelo, he'll throw a jab, straight right hand, left hook to the body. And the intent is to hit you with that right hand. And that's going to stop you from knowing that this fucking left hook is coming to your body. And he's very explosive the way he throws it, right? Canelo trains for this explosive movement. He does that combination. He goes, ah! And he throws it real hard and very explosive. AJ trains this in a very slow manner. Very slow. And when you do this and it's not an explosive movement, you're going to eat a right hand because your left hand's down. Right there, that moment there is going to get him knocked out. He's not explosive with these movements, so why even train it if they're not explosive? This is okay, I guess. What do you think of this, Bob?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you should not ever do something in training that you are not intending to do in the ring.
Yeah,
so if you're not going to put your hand down and fight like Frankenstein, you probably shouldn't do that in practice. Like, just, that's not a good thing. Because what you do in training is what you do in the ring.
Yes, you're training your mind. Training, this isn't just aerobic training, people. This is mental training. This is training your muscles and your brain. This is what it's doing. It's training your brain. So he's training his brain. Every time he trains in this lacking kind of way, this shitty way, his body and his brain is memorizing these imperfections and repeating them. When you train, you want to be perfect. You want to train for perfection. And what he brought in that ring makes me think he's training for imperfection. He's training like shit. All right, so I looked at that. I don't like it too much. I would have to compare it to his older videos, but we saw one of his older videos, and he looked better than he looked there. All right, so I'm looking for one more video of this Ben Davidson guy training with AJ.
So how long has AJ been training with Ben Davidson?
I think this is his second or third fight with him. Yeah, that's what I think. I really want to see some pad work or something to really see what this guy is doing, because I just could not understand this when I saw this the other day with the way I saw him training. All right, Bob. So what do you have to add to this? You think anything about this?
I just think it's disappointing. It's a disappointing outcome, but that doesn't mean that AJ should quit.
No, I don't think he needs to retire. I
think he needs to take his opponent seriously, like we've said.
Tighten it up. It isn't just his opponent; it's also his technique. He needs to really drill this shit and drill and drill and drill and drill. Get back in the gym and just really drill proper blocking techniques while punching. Because he definitely can beat this guy. And he's going to need to do that anyway. He needs to sharpen up the basics. That's what he needs. To sharpen the fucking basics, right? It isn't all about reinventing the fucking wheel. You already got world champion. You've won belts, bro. You need to sharpen up your movement and your head movement, that kind of thing. I mean, you went 24 rounds with fucking Usyk, bro. Dubois can never say he did that, right? He was in there ball punching the whole time, right? Quitting on a jab. That's what he was doing. All right, look, he's over here playing around, smiling. He's coming in like this. This ain't helping him. Watch this. He throws this right hand, and then he comes up and smiles. Like, well, what is this guy doing? That's also, I don't know if he's playing around like this in the camp. Look at that. What is this? Hands are all down. You got to train like you're actually fighting. It's not a fucking, this isn't an episode of the Hogan family, people. What do you think of them apples, Bob?
Yeah, I think that it's cool and all to show that he's in a world-class training facility and he's swimming and he's doing leg day and doing all this other stuff, but what we've seen from his actual boxing work...
Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm trying to turn this music off. Give me 1 minute. Sorry, Bob. I'm just going to lower this. All right, go on.
I said all the world-class training facilities in the world aren't going to teach you to correct the mistakes that you are repeating in training. So he could do all the leg presses, he could do all the swimming, he could do all the squats, but at the end of the day, if you're not training the techniques you need to use in the gym or in the ring, you are not going to use them in the ring.
Exactly. That's my issue. I feel like he's slacking. I'm gonna have to look for some more evidence of this, but I'm pretty sure he's slacking in camp. That's what it looks like to me. And I think a lot of it has to do with it has to do with his trainer. It must be. Because the stuff he was doing on Saturday was really, to me, really out of character, especially coming from this AJ who had grown after the Andy Ruiz fight. I think he'd gotten more boxing. He got more of his boxing base back. He became less of a wild man and more of a strategist. And in this fight, there wasn't a strategist. But the guy wasn't doing the basics. Just the simple basics. All right. But I think he can work on that. And I think he can come back. I don't think it's right to just rag on the guy and just say he's trash and you should just retire and it's over. Not too good. Let's not keep doing that. And because it gets fighters to just duck fights and do what Canelo's doing. Because Canelo's afraid of losing to David Benavidez. So he's not going to fight him. Because he's following in those shitty footsteps. Now, if we didn't tolerate that and we said, bro, it's not okay to duck fights, bitch, then maybe he might not do that. And you got to tie that to his bottom line. So if you come in and you don't pay for his fights, he's going to have to take the big fights. And then we're all happy.
I mean, he's not happy.
He is happy because he gets the big millions. He gets the millions for the big fights, for the risky fights, right? You're the risky fights, not for the shit fights. Don't give him big money for the fake fights. Just stream them somehow. Obviously not illegally. Just in a way that you don't pay for them. All right, people, we're going to be getting the F out of here. I want to thank you all for joining us. 1 second, please. I don't know what's going on with my music, bro. All right, we want to thank you all for joining us on this. Hopefully this show was okay. Hey, Bob, what'd you think of, you think AJ's going to make a big comeback? You think he's going to knock Dubois out in the rematch? What do you guys think in the comments?
I don't even think it's all that big a comeback. I think it's what should have happened this fight if he'd actually paid attention.
I mean, we saw it. Like I showed it to you earlier. Rockman, Lennox Lewis, the rematch. Lennox Lewis came back correct. And what did he do? He knocked Rockman's fucking head off. That's what he did.
And AJ doesn't seem to be a fighter like Canelo or like Garcia who have like 32 feet out the door.
Yes, AJ does not have his feet out the door. He's got no feet out the door. He's not like Canelo or any of that. He's here to fight and he's here to win. And I think he'll do it in the rematch. If he doesn't, maybe it's time to take some steps down, maybe fight a Wilder if he wants to continue making money in the sport. But I think if he tightens it up, tightens up his defense, comes in correct, lines guys up, walks them onto shots, he's going to do just fine. I think he's going to do great. Right? If he doesn't, then I'm going to be angry.
No.
I'm going to be angry because he's going to rob himself and the fans. He needs to fight. He needs to fight Tyson Fury. That's really the fight he should go out on. Fight Tyson Fury, knock his ass out, and then maybe retire then, right? Maybe that's the time to go. Because this is one of the best heavyweights of this time period. I think so. I think he's just still growing. He just needs to take it serious. He needs to take it easy and take it fucking serious. And stop playing around, bro. But you don't have to look like this.
I just came out of a freaking war.
You don't have to look like that in order to have exciting fights. You can fight intelligent, bro. You don't have to submit everybody. I don't know if that made any sense. It doesn't.
Matt Damon.
Remember to support the Foo TV people, the real Foo TV. It is the greatest channel known to man. Remember, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, give us money. There's our Venmo. Click it. Put your phone up to the screen and donate to Venmo. This is Foo TV. This is how you support the real Foo TV people. We're going to get the F out of here. Once again, we want to thank you all for coming in here. It is a lot of work, people. And we have hope in AJ. He'll come back. And we support all fighters. Just the good ones, people, and the ones that don't ball punch the fuck out of you and beat you on headbutts. Bob?
Agree.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah, because in this house, we don't support no effing... We don't... Sorry. What the fuck is going on? Get up, Van Damme. Get up. In this house, we don't support no damn betas. We're not going to let you come in here with all these headbutts, Dubois, and land be a beta. Wait, those are boobs. Sorry about
boobies.
that. I hit the wrong button. We don't support Dubois beating guys up with fucking headbutts and being a beta.
We also don't support him beating guys up with boobies.
I mean, he was pretty good. He was pretty good in this fight. He was on the money. But like I said, AJ's the one that put his chin up in the fucking air and just ate the shit, brah. He was not being a beta, but he was fighting like he was fucking Matt Damon. Not like he was fucking him. No Diddy. I mean, he was fighting like he's Matt Damon, like in that Team America World Police movie. He's fighting like Matt Damon, Matt Damon. He's fighting like Matt Damon. He was fighting like Matt Damon. He really was. Dubois gets his flowers, people. His bloody, shitty flowers. He came in there to win, and he shut everyone up. But I think he's going to get knocked out in a rematch. I think he really is. Bob?
I think that if AJ comes back, he should and fights Dubois and wins, that should be the end of the conversation.
Yes, I mean it's all the conversation's already over, people. He's gonna come back and he'll win. I'm guessing. I pick him. All right. We're gonna be getting out of here once again. People are getting out of here. See you guys effing later, right? See you later.
Goodbye.
Bye. See you guys soon. See you soon. We'll be back real soon on Food TV, the Real Food TV. Remember to subscribe to the Real Food TV. It is the greatest channel on the man. It really is.
You're an idiot. An energetic idiot. Not an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. An energetic idiot. Not an idiot. You're an idiot. An energetic idiot. Not an idiot. You're an idiot. An energetic idiot. Not an idiot. You're an idiot.
You are a horrible fighter, horrible fighter, horrible fighter. You are a horrible fighter, horrible fighter, horrible fighter. You are a horrible fighter, horrible fighter, horrible fighter. You are a horrible fighter, horrible fighter, horrible fighter. You are a horrible fighter, horrible fighter, horrible fighter. You are a horrible fighter, horrible fighter, horrible fighter. You are a horrible fighter.
Came out of it. I just came out of it.